We're up.
Said good luck, everyone. He says you too to me.
Oh,
Like,
they've got a different mid laner
what? I
and
missed
AD
this
carry.
bit. Oh, right. The other team.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone's here yet. So.
Well, the last time they played with a completely different.
Oh, right.
They had a different AD carry in the same mid laner, so my graphic is useless.
It's fine. We can
Well,
just say like it's whatever.
60%.
AG will still work.
Yeah,
right?
and 60% of Coastline is the correct icons.
Has he just told you that they're playing with different players?
Well, no, he's sat in the lobby.
These could be like coaches or something like last time. We don't know.
No, the AD carry that's sat in the lobby currently is their starting AD carry, but didn't play in their first series.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so AD carry and mid for Coastline are incorrect. Ignore it, unless that is the same AD carry who's same mid laner who's renamed. But
Wait,
whatever.
are we live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
Preamble.
Sorry, you didn't say.
I did. Yeah.
We're just going,
It was that bit where I said we're live now. You know?
Oh, right. Sorry, I was very preoccupied with my own thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Boy, am I ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I wish it was mildly not as warm as it is currently, but
Oh, it's so. Oh God, don't even.
it's so
You
warm.
reminded me. I'd forgotten for half a second, and now I'm just reminded of how just moist it is everywhere.
Yeah.
In all aspects of life. Oh my God.
So yeah, we got not gonna lie, the odds against Ascent are a little stacked with this roster fielded by Coastline here. 4 master players and a D1.
You'll have to fill me in actually, because I've not had time to look at the other team, but obviously we know AG from the previous couple of casts.
Yeah.
Very familiar with those guys.
Doing their best.
I see in the lobby actually, 4 master players and a D1 player on the side of Coastline. So this could be an uphill battle for AG, but you know, they managed to take a game off the last opponent, so definitely up to the challenge.
No doubt about that.
Or at least we will see if they're up to the challenge. I'd like to think they are.
They're
I'd like to see another 3-game series.
They've been definitely proving that they can bring a bloodbath.
Yeah, this is true.
When the time comes for it, so undoubtedly. So
I'm ready for this.
Coastline currently sat at 3 wins and 2 losses.
Wow.
When it comes
to 5 games.
Matches.
Or games.
That's matches.
The matches or the games.
That's individual games within. They've won a full match, lost a match.
Okay.
They're set at 3 and 2.
When you say a full match, you mean a match. So they.
It's because the league's website doesn't differentiate.
Hang on. So they're 1-1.
They're 1-1. Yeah.
Okay. AG punching up again then, I guess.
Yep.
We shall see. They've been the underdogs in all 3 games going into them so far, so you know, I'm feeling good though about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they can bring
feel good. They've got a couple of more games under their belt with the new top player Panky, so I'm excited to see him in action as always. What are you hoping for at the series?
Bring the thunder. I'm hoping, honestly. If I'm being brutally honest, I'm hoping Coastline haven't done their research and Aurelion Sol slips through.
Yeah, I mean,
really
that's true. That is true. Aurelion Sol is exciting, huh? You don't want to see a little bit of Nico? It looks like boy on this side of Coastline's already got a game under their belt.
Yeah,
so
he's not in this game, so
might be seeing some Nico. Oh, this is true. But we know that it's heavily contested internationally at the very least. So
right.
I'd like to see some Nico as well.
It'd be definitely fun to see a bit of Nico. That champion, whilst I detest and loathe in my solo queue games, very fun to watch when you're not in the game.
You don't like a minion one-shotting you, and you don't even know who it is.
I think that's incredibly unhealthy for the game environment. But
right, well,
good thing I'm not in charge of Riot R&D.
That's true. You know what I want to see? I want to see AG Negard having good games, good consistent games.
Absolutely.
Because we have seen the high highs and the low lows of Negard.
I think.
And the highs are very high.
From the games that we've seen, I think they need to keep him off tanks.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think they need to keep. So these are from their these picks are from their last series that they played. But if you go further back, Negard was on things like the Volibear. He's playing the Maokai.
This is true.
And I think he just performs better on the fighting skirmishing.
The Olaf.
The Olaf.
He wants to. I want him to. This is a good point. I want him to have some setup. From Mist, I think maybe we need some kind of setup mage like Ari or Gragas or that kind of thing, so that Negard can maybe get running. Because he has looks good. You're right. He has looks good on the Viego. He's looked good on the Olaf, and his poorer performances have been on stuff like the full tank Volibear, Maokai. He's just been run around a bit. So I think
get him a bit more on the fighter side of things.
His strengths do seem to be team fights. He's looked really good in these big 5v5 team fights, and less so in the early stages. It seems to have been a little bit left in the dust from his opponent.
Ascent's team fighting as a whole has seemed quite clean. They've been struggling on the macro side of things. They've been pulling at different opposite ends of the rift sometimes. It feels like half of them want to sit in a side lane and half of them want to team fight. So it's
a little disjointed. Sometimes people are making plays when the rest of the team aren't ready, but
it's definitely a few teething issues, I think. But Ascent, obviously, new roster. This is to be understood.
That's a good point. I think teething issues is a good way to put it, because the cohesion could do with work, but actual gameplay in the 5v5 in these team fights has been good.
Absolutely.
The front to back has looked good. Again, Negard, that's when Negard's come out into his own. And Atenchi as well, honestly. The laning phase hasn't necessarily gone AG's way in the bot side, but actually in these skirmishes, in these team fights, they've looked pretty good. Nico getting to step up when he's got that front line to play around.
His Trinity Force Ashe in the last series was a bit of a monster.
Really, it did look very disgusting. Yeah,
really chainsawing through people when he was given the chance to shine.
It looks like Coastline's support, are they in this game? Vicar, yep, they're in this game. Seem, at least in the last series, seem to tend towards these engaged supports. Which is kind of the opposite of what we've seen from AG's opponents so far. Usually it's either lane bullies like Zyra or these enchanters. So we'll see what they do there, see how they play into these engaged supports. I think that'll play more into Tenchi's hands, honestly. He's more of an engaged player, so maybe they get a bit more scrappy, a bit more fist fights in the bot lane. I think that'll favour AG more than it has been in previous games.
So for sure. Yeah, the Ascent's bot lane have not looked... They've successfully been able to neutralise a lot of their bot lane matchups. They've not really had any games where they've been completely steamrolled, but it's whether or not they can formulate and generate a lead. Use that lead to influence the rest of the game, especially as we've seen Ascent Gaming not really prioritise early dragons quite as much. They tend to sort of drop the first couple of dragons in a match and then contest dragons 3, 4 and onwards.
I wonder if that's partly to do with how Negard's been in the early game, though, because like we've said, in the early game, he's been run around a little bit, and later on, it's come together more. So maybe AG just need to lean into more of these scaling picks. Look at something like the Ashe, the Aphelios, the Jinx, the Zeri, because they've looked better in late game than they have early. So easy way to fix that: pick simple comps, pick scaling comps, pick 5v5, play for the team fight.
Absolutely. Just getting the link now for draft. Wait for them to begin drafting. Camera.
We've got a link and stuff.
Make sure you click the spectator one and don't actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, I just went off the listed players that were on the NLC website. Well, obviously they've got some subs this game, so. And oh.
You okay?
Thank you's just left the lobby.
Oh, no, he's still there for me. But yeah, true, he has left the lobby and chat, so maybe some right games teething issues. Maybe they need to play for the scaling a little bit more.
A small indie company, fine. They're a new company on the block. They're working on things.
Yeah, they're scaling.
They're scaling.
When they get to year 18, that's when they really come online.
Season 27, we might have a functioning client.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll get a new one then, and it'll just function much like the old one. But
see, the problem is now when we apply to become professional casters, one of these days they're going to pull up these clips and be like,
"Hey, look at this!
What are you saying here?
What is this? We love your right games. You're an excellent company, but sometimes things you make don't work so well." and that's okay. You know,
all right. Sometimes we don't
games
work
have
very
functioned
well.
worse. It's true. Yeah.
And it looks like still on hold for Champ Select. No. Opera GX, the browser that I use, not sponsored, has come up with this new feature now, which is great, where every time you highlight something, it gives you an option to filter that thing you've highlighted through ChatGPT.
Right.
It give you information about the thing you've highlighted, but the pop-up is quite obtrusive when you if you accidentally highlight something, it just pops up in front of you. And one of the options that it gives you is to get ChatGPT to write a haiku about the thing that you've highlighted.
Yeah. Well,
highly sure why that's something
Can you give us a haiku on something about, I don't know, carry top laners? So it looks like that's what we're going to be looking at this game. There's been a little bit Malphite on duty on both these top laners, but can't say from Buchanan Fighter's side. But thank you, even on the Ornn, with the Ignite, getting some solo kills, looking like a monster either way. So
he has been.
Again, I think both these players, playing Olaf, playing Gwen, probably going to be a scrap again in the top lane if we've got anything to go off from previous games, which we love to see.
Panky's restarting his PC, and then as an update, ChatGPT has written haiku about carry top laners.
Okay.
It said, "Carry leads the lane, strength towering on the top, champions triumph."
Wow. Now that is
deep words.
I like that.
There.
Can that be our little motto or something?
We are both top laners, to be fair.
Yeah, can we get like a little?
We have that on our first merch. Should be the ChatGPT haiku.
Yeah. Can we get that? What was it? I'll type it in chat.
Closed it already.
Okay. Well, there we go. You can Control Shift T. That might bring it back.
It wasn't a window; it's a pop-up.
Ah, well.
You know. Oh, no,
never mind. We can get it in the VOD.
Carry leads the lane.
Hang on. Carry leads the lane. Yeah.
Strength towering on the top.
Strength towering on the top. Yeah.
Champions triumph.
Champions triumph.
Wow. Amazing. A haiku for all to remember.
Yep.
Players are still filtering into the lobby here, waiting for the draft to begin. Panky's had a few PC issues, so he's restarted, getting everything in order. And she is asking if we're ready. I'll move us over to the draft website on the stream when it begins. When it begins. If it begins. You are supposed to be... Okay.
Here we go. I feel
bringing the heat.
Yeah. Is that on then?
I don't really know.
If that's on the opposing
think so.
team. Thank you has been... Let's see.
Oh, looks like we're in ban phase. Ban phase has begun. That's the wrong one.
There it is. It looks a little bit different. I think it's a different thing we're working with here, but anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
My stream is...
So Jarvan ban.
There we go.
Coming through. Can you see? So AG starting out with the Jarvan ban.
Seems to be one of their favourites. They do like the Jarvan, Jinx, Vi trio.
I wonder if that is based around this mid lane. I wonder if Mist plays... He has played stuff like Aurelion Sol and Vic to these more mobile mid laners, so maybe...
Taking away Tenchi's Melio. Played it 2 games so far.
I've seen enough Melio over this past weekend to know that guy needs to be out of here.
Yeah, it's quite a disgusting. Oh, they take the Nico away, yeah.
Well, there's the presence at least. We feel the presence of the Nico, if not seen him. I wonder if we'll see any Stacky Shiv action today.
They've only got
that's been very prevalent.
This patch until the heavy nerfs coming next. Don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
not surprised.
AP ratio nerfs, max damage cap to minions nerfed. Also a reduction to the amount of charges you gain on a dash as well has been reduced by a significant amount.
Probably necessary,
probably
really,
response
for that
to the static Shiv LeBlanc.
Really disgusting. It really wasn't okay.
Nautilus taken off the field as well.
Yeah, played the last couple of games on Nautilus.
Pick from Coastline as well.
So there's the Viego taken away from Negard, though. So what do we see first picked here? Couple of mains open. LeBlanc, there it is.
Slammed LeBlanc out of nowhere.
Maybe looking for some static shiv immediately. I like it. This may be playing some of those.
Feeling himself with this one. I like it.
I'm excited.
Offer a lot of opportunities, LeBlanc. A lot of playmaking opportunities. We know AG do like to play the kind of skirmish heavy style. They look to like these angles on the side lane. LeBlanc really favours that.
Mist has been a playmaker in these previous games, playing stuff like Gragas as well. So isn't afraid to jump into the face of the enemy.
Snap back with an Amumu.
Okay.
A bit of a flex
I wasn't
pick.
expecting an Amumu, but
would be obviously with Misfortune being quite strong at the moment. Could go for the old Curse of the Sad Bullet Time bot lane. The old Misfortune Amumu.
I wonder if I'm noticing in the chat the same Lissandra first pick. So I wonder if this was a misclick, but maybe
they've put them in the wrong order.
Shouldn't matter too much. Oh, Amumu equals Lissandra. So Amumu hasn't been picked, actually. Lissandra has been picked.
It's Lissandra first pick. Okay.
And Lucian has come in second,
this is why we draft on these websites.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, the Sad Mummy is now the Sad Ice Lady. Is she sad?
Lucian.
I don't know if she's too sad.
Well. I wonder if we'll see some kind of takeaway.
They could opt to take away the Nami. Obviously, it's quite a powerful duo.
Could be here with something like Draven if they want to get really aggressive.
I know historically, Tenchi has been a bit of a Janna player, so that could be an option.
Okay. Veigar lock-in.
That's your bot laner
right
there.
Is this a bot lane?
Oh, no.
Or is this a...
Veigar
equals Olaf.
Veigar equals...
I think something may be wrong with...
Their choice of draft website is...
I don't know if you can draw us. You got a little drawing tool?
Don't have a drawing tool, no.
Not a great choice of website, but Veigar equals... What was it?
Veigar is Olaf.
Veigar is Olaf, okay. So, not surprised with the size of AG.
AG's current picks are LeBlanc, Olaf, and Aphelios.
Now, I like the Aphelios. This is what I was saying before. With AG looking better in the team fights, I'd like to see them lean to this style of play where they have a good scaling fallback. Especially in the bot lane. You know, AG generally not playing through the bot lane, happy to sit back, farm, let the game pass them by, and then eventually come online in the late game. Probably means they'll be playing around this top side, which, I mean, we've seen Olaf played in both roles, top and jungle. Intrigued to see where that goes.
Kha'Zix.
Or is it?
No.
Nami. Nami was... Okay. Use draft all next time, yeah.
Their
okay,
entire
so
draft website is not working.
Kha'Zix is actually Nami.
This is...
I think the bans are all correct.
The bans are all
correct. So far,
correct.
we have Lissandra, Lucian, Nami on the right side for CLE, and LeBlanc, Olaf, Aphelios.
Yes.
So try and get that into the mental picture. Sorry if my friend is watching. I know she won't be able to do that, but moving on. Gragas banned away, I think. Draflaw was not available, apparently.
Draflaw has been down.
That's why we're using this one. Makes sense. I will say, Camille still open. Jace still open. Ornn still open. So if AG wants to flex this Olaf, depending on where this goes, looks like the choice of top laners. Jace was the last ban. No Jace, which is fair enough. So Panky, we've not seen it in actual games so far, but in the ranked match history, got a lot of games on Jace.
Man certainly knows his way around the Caped Crusader, which absolutely. I believe is his title.
Yeah. Isn't he like the man from tomorrow or something like that? What's his name? Future guy?
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow, yeah. James Bond.
I'm trying to...
Okay, Jin has been locked in, but
that's probably not a Jin.
Probably not a Jin.
To give you
wait on confirmation. That's
a Wukong. What I'm doing is I'm rebuilding the draft on a separate website as we speak currently.
This is so difficult. It's like some mental gymnastics. I don't know how this is going so wrong. Jin is not even close to Wukong, but here we go. Lulu locked in. I'd be expecting a Lulu. That's probably correct.
Yeah.
I wonder if they should be confirming when they are the actual picks as well. So.
Oh, I was building this draft thing, but it doesn't have.
But Gwen locked in.
Elio.
Okay.
I'm assuming that
Gwen
is a
locked
Gwen.
in
Okay.
for,
Now, the AG have drafted an incredibly heavy magic damage side right here.
This is true. And they also have very little CC. So
they got a Veigar. What do you mean?
Shut up. They have, so to confirm, they have LeBlanc, Olaf, Aphelios, Lulu, Gwen, and on the other side we have Lissandra, Lucian, Nami, Wukong, Jax.
Yes.
So a lot more CC coming in for the side of CLE. A lot of skirmish power on both teams. AG relying a lot on their pure damage because they don't have much of anything else.
Very much so, yeah. They really want to get
we'll see how they go.
This LeBlanc and Olaf straight into the backline and make this Lucian's life a living nightmare.
Absolutely.
The LeBlanc might struggle a little bit into the Lissandra. But
I don't know, not with Static Shiv. I don't know about with Static Shiv.
Well, less so in the draft, but more so in team fights. You have to be very careful not to get point blank frozen tombed and then blasted into oblivion by the Lucian.
Gotta be careful.
Which is the other thing I wanted to bring up. When it comes to the bot lane matchup, I think it's good that they took away this Lulu because that very much neutralizes the difficulty of playing into the Lucian army lane. She can really make that Aphelios life a lot easier.
Might be worth streaming the client now because we're actually getting bans, so it'll be a lot more clear for what we're looking at. Here we go. So, what I'm worried about this Aphelios if they don't. Nico has to take cleanse surely this game.
Yes.
There's no way you can play cleanse into this because one thing you've got to bear in mind is not only are you playing an mobile AD carry into Lissandra, but also Gwen and Olaf, very hard to lock down. Very unlikely this Lissandra is going to be able to ult them or CC them at all. So, because they're invalid targets, probably going to go down onto this Aphelios or LeBlanc.
These Aphelios and LeBlanc very open to that frozen tomb.
I somewhat wouldn't be surprised if we see Flash Cleanse from LeBlanc as well.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen this from a LeBlanc. Definitely going to be interesting. I feel like if the LeBlanc is going for the static Shiv rush, it does help her obviously deal with the wave clear, the push and move that Lissandra has. Can be utilised to absolutely devastating effect if that Lissandra is able to ravage both bot and top lane.
I wonder if the early skirmish becomes better for LeBlanc as well, because one of the disadvantages into Lissandra, obviously you jump in, you get W rooted. You can't go anywhere, Lissandra just gets the beat on you a little bit, but actually LeBlanc can just sit there and just auto-attack you with this static shift build.
Yeah,
So maybe trading isn't so bad, and you just pop back when you've got a couple of auto-attacks in. You know, you get to go longsword 3 pots or longsword rejuve pot, so you're going to have a bit of sustain.
We'll have to see if the Lissandra is quick on the trigger, because you can catch W with Lissandra W as she goes in.
There it is.
Can catch her if you're quick enough.
There's the final draft. I'm intrigued by this Lucian Nami, because I don't know if anyone's been keeping up with European League of Legends in general. This bot lane has not looked good. Completely different league, of course. Completely different players. We'll see how it pairs up here, but this lane is extremely volatile in terms of if you don't get ahead, you're going to really struggle into Aphelios Lulu.
Oh, you know my feelings on Lucian Army.
I know your feelings about Lucian Army. I think it can be excellent.
A vocal hater of Lucian Army for a long time. I think since the electrocute changes. It feels to me like a very much a win more lane. I think the best teams in the world have actually struggled to succeed on Lucian Army.
I think it's a skill gap lane. I think you just have to be better. If you're average, or not average, but relatively a similar skill level to your opponent, very hard to execute well.
Yes, I'd probably agree with that.
You have to be confident to play this duo.
I think that might sum up my feelings, to be honest. I think given that you have to be better than your opponent to make Lucian Army work, to me, feels like if you're just better than your opponent, you could play anything. You don't have to play Lucian Army.
This is true. I suppose so. Maybe it is a win more
I
champion in that
taking
respect.
the risk of falling behind, because we've all seen enough Lucian armies fall behind and spend the rest of the game being irrelevant.
Absolutely.
I think you'd just be better off taking... But I mean, again, I'm biased because I'm a scaling player. I like scaling champions. True. I don't like early game champions. So I would always be biased.
It makes a lot of sense in the context of this draft, though. This red side draft has such a hard power spike in the early to mid game.
Yeah.
Jax obviously scales really well. Wukong scales well as well.
Absolutely monstrous amount of dive on their entire team as well.
Yeah, if they want to get onto somebody such as an Aphelios, because they ain't getting on many other people, Aphelios Lulu are going to be very susceptible to these dives, and they're going to have to play these team fights really well. I do worry for AG because there's not that much peel. There's not that many ways for Aphelios to actually get away from these champions to just stop him getting one shot other than the Lulu.
They're going to have to play the skirmishes very safe around Aphelios Gale Force cooldown, I think.
That, or they're going to have to just brute force it and hope that these topside, this LeBlanc, Olaf, and Gwen can just do more damage. They are playing a quadruple threat comp.
Completely.
That being said, you have kind of a quadruple threat comp from the other side as well. So maybe if Coastline gets a little bit greedy and dives too deep on this Aphelios, AG can punish. And if you do just butt heads into a Gwen Olaf, it doesn't generally go very well.
We have seen performances from both Pankyu and Negard on these champions, and they can be absolute monsters. So I wouldn't put it past them to get to the point of completely dominating.
I don't know if you've seen Pankyu on Gwen.
Yeah, we have.
His opponent was on Gwen when he went monster. Pankyu did play it once, but that was the game where they lost in about 17 minutes, I think. So still kind of yet to see something out of Pankyu on this champion, but. Has played it, so...
He has played it. He has played it.
Comfortable playing it, I would argue. Definitely going to be comfortable playing it. Jack's matchup quite tricky.
An hour ago, Pankyu had a solo queue game where he played Mordekaiser. Objectively the best top laner in the game. Went 12-8, so... Yeah.
Just better.
Objectively just better.
Just objectively just better. Both of us Mordekaiser advocates, I mean...
Right. For the...
I won't lie. Pankyu on Mordekaiser would be amazing. Imagine this guy on Mordekaiser.
He'd be
he's a 1v1 absolute monster, and if you try and dive him with multiple people or just 2v1 him, you just ult someone and take him to the Shadow Realm. You win those.
I'm gonna put it out here for the people watching at home. The Spectator currently has a terrible bug at the moment where it's just a complete black screen as we get into the game. So once the Spectator stream loads, I'm gonna have to close it and then reopen it. But blame Riot Games for that. As we do for most things.
Seems like it only happens on the first game, historically. Though.
Yeah, the first game as it loads.
So, which is strange. But there you go. How does it know? How does it know it's the first
It knows it's the first game, and then as soon as the Spectator client has decided it's got over its...
Leave that, and then we'll close the client, and then...
Here we go. Fleet footwork on LeBlanc here. I like to see that. Really nice.
Good sustain into the lane.
Oh, yeah.
Electrocute Lissandra are going to do a lot of damage. So.
I'm the biggest Fleet footwork fan
Resolve
in the world.
Tree as well. Resolve Tree on LeBlanc. So
bone plating's quite good into their team, to be honest.
This is true. A lot of burst coming out from Coastline. Especially the Lucian Narm with the first strike on Lucian as well.
LeBlanc is a very good user of bone plating as well, as she can dictate the sort of state of engagement that she goes into. So being able to decide that she's only going in when her bone plating is up is incredibly useful.
Definitely.
Here's the loading in.
Cleanse me as well.
Cleanse on
as
Nico.
Good as cleanse on Nico. With Nico being in the meta, that's going to get confusing. But yes, cleanse on Nico. Very happy to see that.
There's the black screen on Spectator.
I'm actually in the game now.
Bear with me.
Some reason I load in a lot quicker than you do. I don't know why.
I don't know, because my client is installed on an SSD, so...
Yeah. Either way, I'll keep you updated if anything crazy happens.
Yeah, this is why we need to...
Well, I'll update you when you actually get into game if anything happens, but there you go.
Yeah. This happens every week, so... Surprise me.
Every time, very reliable.
Very reliable Riot Games.
Reliably unreliable.
Be nice if my client would reopen. Awesome. There it is.
Here we go.
It's an audio stream only at the moment.
Oh. It's just the radio, you know? Man, imagine how you get like cricket and that kind of thing on the radio. Imagine getting League on the radio. That'd be so bizarre.
It'd be almost impossible to comprehend what's going on.
You say that, but I mean, you'd probably say the same for like football or something. They managed that for like
it's just
50 years, didn't they?
There's 22 people on a field, and you just say the name of whoever's got the ball.
Well, I guess so. But you could say Jax, LeBlanc, Olaf. Like maybe the same. I don't know. Anyway, we're in.
We're in.
Just defensive lines being made up for now. There's a bit of an invade coming from AG into his top side, and looking to take away the red. I like it. Maybe looking for a split map.
Because possibly, maybe looking to ward, but he has backed off a little bit. We're going to get the zoom out there. This.
Oh yeah, the zoom. I should get that going, shouldn't I? There we go. Bit of a stare off in the top lane, but nothing really happens there.
Slowly but surely. Going to... My game sounds up a little bit, because I noticed last time my game sounds were a little bit quiet.
Good shout, good shout.
Lone playing on PanQ as well, also really good for the Jax. Pretty good. It's already pushed under his tower in the mid lane.
Not surprising in the early game, I don't think. LeBlanc will get a lot more pushing power, and level 1 very weak from LeBlanc traditionally. Can only really... Q doesn't do a lot of damage by itself, and W on quite a long cooldown, but should be able to get those through those early levels pretty easily.
Entropy has gone for the invade on the bot side. Taking away Nagard's red buff, but he is spotted on a ward.
Going to be a clash. I'm just going to pause because I'm a few seconds ahead.
Okay.
Quite a lot of seconds
Ward
ahead.
goes over into the chicken pit from Mist there, so they know he's here. Nagard's moving in. Mist is moving around. Entropy might be a little bit caught here, but Sail backing off for now. Chicken's reset. Undertow lands from Olaf. He's going to pop the ghost. Run him down. It's a flash from Entropy. Straight out. Slightly punished there for the attempted chicken's take.
Can I just double check sync? I'm at 46, 47, 48, 49.
That's close enough. You're about half a second.
Ahead or behind?
Ahead.
Okay.
Because a lot can happen in half a second in League of Legends.
This is true, and I've seen people die within half a second. I've been killed in many half a seconds.
This is interesting. We've got quite early resets maybe coming in from Coastline's bot lane here. Boytang and Vicar. Kind of low. A little bit beaten up there by... Benchi's looking for Vicar.
Ooh. Fighting in the top lane, fighting in the mid lane, fighting in the bot lane, fighting all over the place.
Yeah. They all trading blows there.
It's been low, but nothing coming out of that just yet.
Resolution army lane, to be honest with you.
I mean, you get the early power, and they might not lose much from this. So I don't mind the reset here. It just gets that extra longsword on your belt. You don't lose any minions, particularly.
She does make it back for the crash, so not able to deny CS or XP, really, but... Of course, now AG's bot lane are responding with their own reset. About the same amount of gold, expecting a long sword, maybe some boots to come out from Nico.
We've seen Negard on this Olaf. To segue away, we've seen Negard on this Olaf. He's looked extremely good the one game he's actually got it. Didn't unfortunately go his way. However, as good as he looked on that champion, can you explain to me how he sticks to anyone that isn't Nami on the enemy team? Ghost. I understand he goes very fast with Ghost and with his ult, but it will 5 of these champions can get over walls, which Olaf very struggles with.
It'll very much depend on him landing his Undertow.
The Undertow is important,
land the Undertow,
even if you land the Undertow, if you're fighting in these skirmishes in the jungle, 4 of these champions can get over walls. Olaf can't do that, no matter how fast he runs.
Entropy is getting behind Panku. Panku is low. Uses the skip and slash to dodge out of the way. He's just going to go down.
No flash on Panku, so yeah, good punish. Ignite, taking the aggressive option, but he got here a little bit late.
Does go to the Wukong there. Would have been kind of nice to see that on the Jax, but then again, Wukong, quite a good champion at leveraging gold advantages. So
we've had this discussion in the past. Not necessarily seen eye to eye, but I do like early kills going over to junglers. I don't, maybe not going 9-0. However,
I think early kills
in the bot lane though.
Good proactive
Boytang might be in trouble. Nico's flashing forward on 1 HP. He goes down.
Looking for the dive on top lane as well by the looks of things. Negard's cutting the wave.
Nico playing so aggressively there, flashing forward on only 100 HP and couldn't quite get the job done. He's still battling, trying to stop
forced the Jax for the reset in the top lane as well, threatening the dive. Forces his TP out. He's falling quite far behind on CS. We get another TP from Mist in the mid lane as well.
Even though PanQ died, he's actually up. Well, he's about even in gold, so... and a plate goes over to PanQ, pulls him a little bit further ahead.
Not at all. Have to see how it feels when it comes down to the dragon fights, because AG have been less than tight when it comes to taking these early dragons. Not really been something they've prioritised.
They have contested heralds though.
Yeah, definitely their herald game has been a lot better.
So, I think with the type of comps they've been drafting, especially in this kind of comp, where
coming out from PanQ.
Flash.
Oh!
Oof.
Very, very close.
Almost turns it. The Ignite,
the Ignite
will quite finish the kill. It takes him.
A 1-for-1.
Wow, a 1-for-1. I was surprised that killed him, but Ignite does a lot of damage. I always underestimate how much damage that does.
Quite good for PanQ as well, given that he already has a lead as well. Very nice.
Wave frozen in his favour as well. Looks like he's pushing. It's about frozen towards him, so shouldn't miss any minions. There is a large CS lead.
AG do have priority on the dragon here. I wonder if they're going to start it. They're looking for it.
They are going to give more to this bot lane up. Doesn't look like they'll get first dragon though. Doesn't look like it's going to be contested. We're just farming on the top side.
Quite good. It's nice to see them switch it up a bit. Go for the dragon prio.
I would like to see Coastline looking for a reset here in the bot lane and playing on this herald. Because if they reset around about now, they should be back in time for herald. Looks like they might be freezing. I'm not sure with that, but Wukong's already on the top side. Mid lane and top lane already pushing, so they should be able to get in onto this herald. But without the bot lane, it might be a bit trickier. They got done bot side
or so until the herald spawns. Entropy on the Wukong. He's hovering around the top side. Jax there has got the prio, so he can move down if they're looking to contest it. Possibly looking for something onto Mist. Swept the top side bush, but there's an opportunity for anything. Be nice to see them put some more focus. Gwen has actually pushed the wave out now. Does pink the top wave bush to get vision.
Negard is moving up, so it looks like they might be looking to contest this herald.
Entropy's there as well. PanQ's going to run into him. He's probably going to warrior trickster over the wall. There he goes.
Sale should have first move, but Mist is trying to trade, so he can't make the move. We'll see.
Going for that static shiv as well in the mid lane.
There it is. To be expected, really, with the strength of that item.
Does have to trade a little bit of the early power. Obviously, doesn't have the lost chapter, so his mana regen. Mist's playing very aggressively here.
Sale has the ult
as well. But...
Oh, he baits him with the ult, with the passive. He got me. I thought it was the other one.
W over the wall from WR
wow,
over the wall.
What a play from Mist. Real tricksy there with the...
In their heads, but it does mean that they lose prio.
Fighting the top side. They've been... Ugandam fight, he could be in trouble. Goes down to 200 health. Negard ghost and then straight into the tower. He does not care. He just takes him out. It should be a trade 1-for-1.
We got their
it does get
pressing all the wrong buttons here.
Entropy goes in though. He's flashing forward onto PanQ. Pops the ult. Vicar and Sale here. PanQ should be going down. So ultimately,
to give it to Sale.
2-for-1 trade goes over to Coastline. So Negard really showing how he plays on this Olaf, just runs into the face of danger and doesn't care.
I'm afraid. Does look like Coast will be able to secure this herald though. Mist is here, Tenchi is here, and Negard is moving on the way up as well, so they are looking to contest. Entropy quite low on mana. Mika may have to flash to get out this. The Tsunami does come out. Sail's on his way in. Flash from Visser out the hit. Sail in the middle of everything.
Negard's in. Kind of where Olaf wants to be. Doesn't have the ult though.
Oh, it's not ideal.
Goes down.
God, does get dropped. The bubble lands there. It's just managing to escape
by
the skin of his
damage coming through from the sail. PanQ's back though. Could be looking to fight. I don't think Lysandra has an E, does she? But decides not to go for it.
Managed to take the herald.
So it'll just chain though.
But... PanQ's cancelling Entropy's back.
That whole sequence, PanQ got further ahead in CS, but I feel like AG lost a lot of that.
They did.
Lost a lot of momentum and gold. The Herald's going to do so much damage.
Wukong is starting to spiral a little bit out of control now. 2 kills, looks like he's going for that Divine Sunder.
800 gold ahead, so we'll be able to get that Mystic first, most likely, unless something drastic happens.
Red Ward in Banana Bush does spot out Nagard as he looks for this. Did come down to pings. Doesn't have the Ghost. Doesn't have the Ragnarok though.
Looks like Panky already has the Sealer's Arm Guard, Seeker's Arm Guard. Is trading happening in mid, engaging the bot lane. But
go a little bit low on mana.
Might happen
as
in
well.
top. Panky goes a little bit low. Panky pops the ult. Doesn't connect.
Blast through that wave though, at least prevents Jax from attempting any kind of dive
Now,
shenanigans.
I do think AG has generally better scaling champions because Aphelios makes up a big part of that. So Ugandan fighter maybe looking to scrap. Panky gets over the wall. However, they have a big storm to weather here. Coastline already up 2,500 gold at the 11-minute mark. And Ugandan fighting at the top side. Panky likes he's going to go down.
Just drop it. I thought he was going to get away from that. I moved the camera off.
No.
That's what I get for not believing in the battle.
There it is. Direct to camera. Direct to camera believer.
Good camera believer. Not on the bot side. Ink is swept in Tribush there, so. Coastline's bot lane do not know that he's here. Bubble misses. Got to make sure that he doesn't accidentally hit that ward, otherwise they're going to find him.
Spotted by the control ward. It looks like AG looking to stack some dragons, and like they have.
Sailor having a little bit of a dance in the mid lane. He's got that static shift now, so hopefully the. Look at that.
Ah, there it is. Look at that. That is just the worst, isn't it? If you're playing Lysandra trying to push these waves in, it just ain't going to happen anymore. Leviathan's going to be able to match, and probably quicker too.
And she's moving up
Missed
river
my face check here.
Mist and Nagard are kind of battling. Tenchi might be caught out a little bit.
Big chunk before this dragon fight. Sail has ult, but
like they've lost priority.
AG look like they're giving up on this dragon. I really thought they'd be going for this. Start that dragon stacking, but they are quite far behind right now. Jack's already completed the Triforce. Wukong already completed the Divine Sunder. But
and she's looking for that miracle Q steal over the wall. And he did it.
You never know.
Close. You got to
You never know.
Got
it's worth a shot, isn't it? What else are you doing? You know?
That brings the Drakes to 1-for-1 for both sides. Ocean Drake this time. We saw a lot of Hextech Drake recently, so it's nice to pick it up a bit. I do think Ocean Drake
for sure
has got positives for both teams. Soul.
Do you think AG possibly looking for a more aggressive option though?
Guards in the bush.
Ocean Soul.
Oh, the undertow does land.
Lands the undertow.
Flash straight out there.
He's gonna fight. I don't know if he used E already, but there it is. The ult, the E.
Down,
might be able to take.
Shut down there
the shields and the healing. Big shutdown there for Nagard. Herald goes down though. Plate's going down. This Lysandra is 1,800 gold up, but fighting on the top side, Entropy engages on Panky, pops the ult. Panky looks like he's just going to go down. Nagard is here, but too late. Too late to
on the head
out.
by the Divine Sundra.
Another kill for this Wukong. 3-0 now. 300 gold shutdown. Entropy showing up. Nagard face check out here. Sail though. Sail has the ult.
Deleted the Frozen Tomb straight on the head.
No ult from that previous fight, so Sail, as I was saying, pushing that advantage further. 2,000 gold lead now on this Lysandra. That shiv might be strong, but Sail has 2,000 gold in his pocket. I mean, if they get a reset in soon, this Lysandra could start running away.
Lysandra is with a mid lane tower down as well, just really unlocks her for more roam potential as well across the map. Already proving she could be a terror.
AG, good track record into Fed Lysandras. Might I remind you of as much as Mist might not be on Aurelion Sol this time, 9-0 was the last Lysandra that they beat at one point in the game, so perhaps...
Never say never.
100% win rate against Lysandra that's Fed, like, just saying. You never know. Stats don't lie.
The top laners have rotated mid at the moment, now that the tower's gone down. Mid laners have rotated top, so...
Fighting in the bot side,
a little bit of a match.
Nagard's managed to make his way in here. I don't think he's been spotted.
There, but Entropy is close by as well, so... Oh, the Tsunami does come out.
Coastline. There is an ult from Nagard available.
Forced onto Boy
Whereas the undertow misses, does land. Entropy's here for the counter. Very strong. Flash is full, but Tenchi has flash still as well.
Oh, the flash from Nico. That's not what you want to see.
Oh, man, Nagard, here it is though. This is his moment. This is where he did it before. Can he get more? He can't. The ult runs out.
Sidestep, waiting for the bubble to come out.
Might be a dive from Entropy. Should be able to take him down.
Tanky.
Vicar goes down though.
Just take it in the meantime.
One too many tower shots extra. Entry now unstoppable 5-0-2. 1,500 gold lead for this Wukong.
Wukong is proving to be a little bit of a terror.
Keep watching the static shield just dink away at this wave. It
trying out this directed camera thing, and it's giving me a bit of whiplash. It looks like Sail's going to see. Look, it's just.
Oh my God, this tries to play it, but there's just so much power in this Lissandra at the minute.
This directed camera is terrible.
It does whip around a bit, but
it's whipping all over the place. Yeah, this isn't spectator suitable.
Possibly not. No. Actually, don't want to miss anything, you know.
Yeah, you got to take in all the action.
I'll try and keep you updated where there's fights. You just have to be quick on the finger.
I'm just staring at the map, to be honest with
you. Yeah. Herald is up. Objective bounties now are up for AG to catch up. Now in a 5,000 gold deficit. It's going to be very hard to play this one out, but again, there's a Felios. Relatively even in gold, only a 600 gold lead for Lucian, so might be able to pull it back there.
King's coming on from Coastline. They want this Herald. Entropy and Ugandan Fighter are both there. Pankyu's a little bit overextended here.
Panky might be caught out here.
Have the vision.
He doesn't really respect it.
Got the ult though. He's got the ignite.
I've seen Gwen's do more ridiculous things. Ult coming out from the Panky.
He does dodge it, but I think he's
Sail's here. It's all over
it's
for Panky.
A lot of damage.
The healing.
It is a lot of damage.
Gwen, I mean, it's a lot of damage and a lot of healing, but not enough. Should be pretty easy Herald going over to Coastline, although Entropy resetting beforehand. Negard shouldn't be able to do anything with this, though, I don't think. They already have the Scuttle Crab, so they'll know if anything's going down.
You do have mid lane prio, but Ugandan Fighter is going to start hammering on this tower. 2 levels ahead of Negard here, but I think he should be able to push him off. Negard ghosts, does land the undertow. Backs off a little bit.
He has ult. I think he possibly does with a W.
He does take a 1-for-1 though.
The Triumph doesn't quite do it. It's a 1-for-1. Honestly, with the state that the map's in for AG, I think you take those.
I think that's absolutely worth it, I think.
One thing, here's a little bit of maths for you, right? You ready for this maths? One reason that this is worth, okay, is that, let's say you've got 10,000 gold, right? And the enemy has 8,000 gold, yeah? That means you've got 2,000 gold lead, which is, you know, they have 25% more gold than you, okay?
Okay.
If you then add 10,000 more gold, right, onto each side, that's a lot of kills. Let's say you get, you know, 30 kills each, 10,000 gold
lead
right?
is now less.
Now your gold lead is a smaller percentage. So even though it's an even trade, if both teams get 300, there's a fight in the middle lane.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you is caught out.
Already put the healing. 1-7 now on this Gwen. Looking similar to last time you played it, unfortunately, but yeah, to just finish off that point, both teams get 300 gold. It reduces the percentage lead that your opponents have, so actually it's worse for the people behind.
Herald does go down in the mid lane.
These scrappy fights.
It looks like
ulting from Nami. AG bot lane might be in trouble. I don't think Tenshi's going to survive this one.
Blown
no
up
flash.
There.
Easy kill for the Lucian. Now 1,000 gold lead on the Lucian as well. So Coastline pushing this advantage well.
God, maybe looking for a steal for this steal here, but I think Sail's going to just block him here.
Does have an ult available, but there's 5 players around this dragon.
Who's aggressive? Does E? Ugandan Fighter's on him.
Fight against Uganda. You didn't win this one last time, Negard. I don't know about this.
In the meantime, Panky has teleported behind them, but I think Coastline are just going to run with this one.
AG, unrelenting and trying to get some plays happening, but so far behind at this point. I really think they should be sitting back a little bit more and giving some of these objectives. Panky in trouble again.
Panky takes his 8 down.
That is a 1-8 Gwen.
That is rough.
Gives another kill over to the Lissandra. Lissandra now almost 3,000 gold ahead of the lane opponent. 700 gold bounty, 500 gold bounty on the Wukong.
Second item as well.
Now that's a lot of damage.
No, she doesn't really have to build a lot of pen as well. It's only really the Olaf that's going to have any resist.
You know how much Q this LeBlanc damage this LeBlanc's Q is doing at the minute?
Yeah.
588.
A lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. But bear in mind,
Lissandra Q, not LeBlanc Q. I'm assuming you mean.
Lissandra Q, yeah. Lissandra Q, 600 damage. Bear in mind, Nico Lol only has 1,300 health.
Yeah, and the Lissandra Q, I'm assuming, is on a probably 5 to 6 second cooldown. Maybe a little bit lower.
Less than that.
Have a lot of haste at the moment.
I doesn't actually say. Like, oh, I was looking at the passive.
No hover.
2.9 second cooldown.
2.9 second cooldown.
2.9 second cooldown. I was going to say it'll be a little bit lower. Sorry, I was looking at the passive as well. It's actually only 500 damage for Lissandra Q, so perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced. Only actually takes 3 Qs to kill Nico rather than 2. So.
Thank you. Might be caught out here again.
I don't think he wins this 1v1. It was looking close before, but Ugandan fighter, 2 items under his belt.
I think Jax with the spirit
just going to run down. He uses the
well.
flash, possibly unnecessary. Ugandan fighter just doesn't take any damage anymore from these Gwen ults.
No. Use the skip and slash.
Extremely slippery. Fight going down in the mid lane though. Negard ult in. Vika might be going down here.
It does go down. The Gale Force goes on to 10, but the shields
forward
does actually drop in the end.
Good picks for AG, honestly.
And
Sail's here, though. Nico's got to be careful.
Oh my god.
There's the damage! That's the 600 damage Q! Instantly deleted by the Lissandra. Negard going down as well. 2 kills over to Coastline. 4 kills over to Coastline. Never mind. I forgot about the bot lane. Absolute domination coming in out of Coastline. Dominant performance. 10,000 gold lead.
T1 just, sorry, not T1. AG just not having the ability to take these targets down quick enough before Coastline can reinforce.
I think this is the problem we're talking about in draft. AG, no real lockdown potential. They just have to hope they can outdamage their opponent, and when you're this far behind, you're just not going to be able to do it. 3,000 gold lead in top, 2,000 gold lead in jungle, almost 4,000 gold lead in mid, 1,000 gold lead in the bot lane, 1,000 gold lead in the support role. I mean, how do you ever fight?
It'll be tough unless they come up with some miracle picks. But then again, like you said, with the lack of CC, do they
how
really
do you
have
ever
the
make
tools?
it happen? The side of Coastline is so slippery. You've got dashes up the wazoo. It's so hard to get onto these carries and stick
Where
to
are
them.
they, sorry?
Just up the wazoo, you know.
Stunning.
Oh, engage from Sail. That's going to be a dead Lulu.
And even in the wake of that, Nico takes 50% of his HP just in the crossfire.
This Lissandra is just... What do you do? It's almost point-and-click CC. You're going to fight and looking for another fight in top lane against Mist. Trading back. I don't think Mist won this one, but there's 3 collapsing altogether.
Here. Fighter
Here's the slipperiness.
His tower's still up, though.
Here's the slipperiness.
He's at 1 HP,
they should be able to take this tower, but it's going to be a 4v3 if they're not careful. The Lulu being dead already.
Bot lane are coming up.
Sail has TP as well. He could look for a teleport. Shouldn't teleport to the tower because that would be going down.
The tsunami does come over. Entropy's here as well. Boy Tank.
The
calling comes
Negard's
out.
running full. His ult's timed out already.
Taken out immediately. Thank you. Gonna follow. Fighting in the bot lane, but nothing's happening.
Away. It is just
dear me.
A montage play for Coastline.
I mean, Sail
wasn't even involved in that fight. 11,000 gold. Not even involved. I mean, and they still win. Probably going to be a Baron.
And
they could go straight from Baron into Dragon without even resets, I think. They have enough time.
Outwardly,
yeah. Going a little bit low, but I just don't think AG... If there's any way back into this game, it's very slim. Going to have a real Dr. Time moment. Got his name as well.
Time, yeah.
What's his name?
Superhero Dr. Time, yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Mr.
Oh my god.
Mr. Time?
Mr.
It's not Mr. Incredible. Benedict Cumberbatch, Mr. Time.
Benedict Cumberbund. Yeah. What's his name? Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah. Mr. Time.
Have a real...
yeah.
It's
warm, it's fine.
Have a Mr. Time moment.
Nico does have the Gale Force now, which I think will make it a lot easier for him to survive in these team fights if they play around it.
I feel like Lissandra might be able to get on him still pretty easily if he...
Thank you's got TP. He's side laning, as he does like to do. But they're just giving this dragon now.
Point easily over to Coastline. AG can't ever really
They'll go down
contest
looking
this.
for
Mist might be in trouble though with Sail.
That's a lot of damage. Undoubtedly, it has Sail to 50%.
That's a full combo, and now Mist is really in trouble.
Now that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. You think that's a lot of damage?
That's a lot of damage.
Here we go. Might be looking to get some damage down mid lane as well. Should be an easy
Baron
tier 2. Wukong on the flank.
Oh!
Tries not to go for it, just for now.
I've got these teams on the right buttons. They're upside down for me. Boy Tank does E forward.
Is split pushing. Now this is a Pankyu special. Game's losing, just go side.
Go side.
Get some of these bounties. But if he's not careful, the game will be over.
Sail is resetting with the Baron recalls to get back there to answer him.
no flash on this Aphelios as well. Has to be really careful around this Wukong.
AG are just going to lose 2 inhibs here, to be honest.
Lissandra has TP as well, so easy to get into the fight. Entry goes in with the ult. Tenshi goes to Sliver of Health, doesn't quite drop.
At 1 HP.
The big Pankyu damage though, the Gwen ult's tearing through Coastline, but doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Sail shows up, one-shots, 4 members. With the help of Uganda Fighter. Boy Tang does eventually go down, but I think that's going to be the game for Coastline. You're going to fight He's Nexus diving! They just don't care. No wave just for now, one more coming in. I imagine that's going to be all she wrote. Mist shouldn't be able to do anything against this powerhouse in this game that has been.
I don't know, man. The static shiv.
So the static shiv, it's clearing the wave, but
clearing the wave. GG's coming out from both sides here.
Wow, dominant performance coming in from Coastline there.
Oh, really? Felt kind of rough, didn't it?
Once again with AG, really scrappy in the early game. It looked close until it didn't, and yeah, I mean. Sail looking extremely dominant on Lissandra, doing so much damage. Early skirmish is going over to the side of Coastline early on.
Jump into the thing.
Yeah,
spectator lobby.
True. So, game looked rough for AG, but great showing from Coastline. Each lane looking pretty dominant, executed the early game advantage reasonably well, I'd say, in Lucian Nami. I mean, no big advantages, but to be honest, it was the topside skirmishes that really threw the game wide open.
The problem AG are having, honestly, is that they're just buckling under mid-jungle pressure from the enemy team.
It is mid-jungle, isn't it, often?
Seems to be a bit of a...
Thank you did go 1-11, I believe, so...
But I think a lot of that was as a result of the mid-jungle pressure.
I think it possibly was as well.
This Lissandra was
I don't want to say all was. Thank you definitely was overextended a few times on this Gwen. And maybe was fighting when they shouldn't have been with the advantage the enemy team had. But yeah, Mist and Neg are definitely struggling in a lot of these mid 2v2s.
To see how they mix it up in the next draft.
Yeah, they did show earlier priority on these dragons, though. I like to see that proactivity from AG, but I actually don't think this is the game to do it. When you're playing Aphelios, you know what? Whatever point I was going to make is kind of irrelevant. Do you know what I didn't like?
What?
I didn't like the draft.
No.
Gwen Olaf, you just got to run at them real fast and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And the slipperiness of Coastline was just...
I think AG have shown that they can team fight well. And I think drafting around this front-to-back 5v5 team fight is going to be the key for them.
Definitely.
I think drafting these strong skirmish side lanes, while it's might be a good idea, I think it doesn't play to their team strengths.
Yeah, I think as much as I like Pankyu on carries, the best game they looked like was when he was playing Ornn. Okay, yes. His Ornn was great. He did a lot of damage on Ornn. It was great for the team fights. Admittedly, that game they did go quite far behind early, but they managed to pull it back with these scaling picks, with the Aurelion Soul, with the Ornn, and with the Viego as well. As much as it was banned away, maybe Negar wants to be looking for something that scales a bit more, like something like a Kindred, or even an AP pick like a Diana or something like that. You know,
I'd see a Diana.
I don't know if he plays these champions,
right.
but I want to see these team fighting scaling picks.
AG's next top side. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Malphite, Diana, Yasuo.
Wow.
Now come on, zoom out.
Is Mist played?
Think of it. No.
Does Mist play Yasuo?
No, but anyone can play Yasuo.
I'm thinking about it. I like what I hear.
Anyone can play Yasuo. Come on.
My heart's telling me yes, and my brain's telling me someone else.
Dear God, no.
Dear Lord,
please, Lord,
don't show me
no.
Yasuo. I mean, maybe Mist does play it, and maybe they'll pull it out and prove us all wrong. I wouldn't mind seeing a Malphite from Pankyu. Very simple engage, very simple to execute. You just push ult, and as long as you hit it, it's probably going to go your way. I like the Aphelios. Didn't quite come through this game, but the rest of the map fell apart, so it's pretty hard to do anything on Aphelios.
I think to say the fact that they managed to play into what, obviously the god lane, Lucian Army, and not get blasted is a good sign. Because that lane is built to be aggressive, and it's built for lane dominance.
Absolutely.
And the fact
I love
that
the Aphelios.
Yeah, they didn't buckle underneath it is a good sign.
I didn't mind LeBlanc. It didn't get to do much this game, but again, the skirmishes did not go the way of AG early. game got ahead of them really quickly. I didn't actually see how long that game was, but it felt somewhere around 25, 28 minutes, something like that. So we'll see. I just hope AG drafts some agency. I know that Negard likes playing this Olaf, but doesn't combo often with the same champions that Panky likes to play. I just want to see some synergy between the champions. We saw last week, was it Bergman's was playing Ari Vi, and that 2v2 is so powerful, but then you say, what about LeBlanc Olaf? And it has power, but it's a lot harder to set up. It's a lot more situational.
It was Valhalla.
Valhalla, sorry.
The Ari Vi.
Yeah.
Really
Valhalla with the Ari Vi
2v2.
just looks so dominant, and Gwen Olaf just sounds so horrible to me. It just doesn't do anything. How do you ever get onto these unless you can run them down and have the space?
There was a important pick that didn't get banned last game, the Aurelian Soul.
The Aurelian Soul did slip through.
But they did first pick the LeBlanc, so sweeps that under the rug a little bit. But it would be nice to see him. They've proven that they can play that champion.
Yeah, and I like Mist on these control mages. He's pulled out the Victor before, didn't go so well, but again, these games, when they've been losing, as soon as he gets away with them, it's a bit of a snowball for the enemy team. But I want to see a Victor, I want to see an Aurelian Soul, I want to see an Oriana, these kind of champions that can sit back, farm safely, try not to get too involved until the time's right. Similar for the AG bot lane, and maybe looking towards getting Pankyu ahead, getting Negard ahead. In these skirmish 2v2, something like I don't know, as much as Galio isn't in the meta, something like Camille Galio jungle or something like that, something that has some power.
I always love watching Camille Galio. I think
Galio, Camille Galio, even a Galio for Mist, Galio Camille or Camille Gragas or something like that. Maokai Camille in the top jungle, that'd be a great combination. Something like this that has this 2v2 power, can get Pankyu ahead, and they can play around this carry, which we know Pankyu can be powerful and carry games, on any pick really. But
only there was a strong side lane champion that could also be really impactful in team fights.
Yeah,
like a Mordekaiser.
And also, if you 2v1, you generally win. Is there a champion like that?
Champion like that?
Yorick.
Yorick, yeah, of course.
Yorick,
really dominant in team fights.
Perfect.
Yorick, excellent 5v5 champion.
But yeah, again, if you pick Mordekaiser, you can have a Galio in the mid lane to collapse. You'd have something like a Xin Zhao in the jungle. That sounds such a strong 2v2. Ari Xin Zhao, Ari Vi, I think Mist's even played the Ari once, so we know they play these champions. Just want to see some agency.
Xin Zhao really does toe that really nice line between sort of engage, peel, and frontline as well. His ult gives you so much time in a team fight.
And if you build stuff like the Gore Drinker or, go something like Bork into Frozen Gauntlet, you do have that tanky power. You can take a couple of hits, you can ult, so the AD carry can't hit you, and if they're in range, you're just going to hit them back and probably win.
Xin Zhao is a bit of an underrated pick at the moment.
I think Xin Zhao...
A few times we've seen him,
in this
felt quite
game.
strong.
I did see Xin Zhao on the side of Coastline. I don't know
Coastline have played it in the last series.
Yeah, I don't know if their jungler plays it this time. I'm sure it's the same. Yeah, his Entropy has played it, so...
Yeah. It's just mid and AD that are different from...
Even a Wukong for Negard, playing something like a Wukong Lissandra or Wukong Ari or Wukong Gwen, even I would prefer in topside, You've got that damage split, you've got the engage from the Wukong, ways to catch up to people.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're in draft. I don't have a link for it, but...
I don't have a link either. I'm not sure they...
We'll update you as we know what the teams are doing currently. Checking if they've gone into draft.
I don't know if
they're in draft. We'll just wait for them to go into Champ Select draft, and we'll...
Possibly, yeah. I don't know if I just need to refresh the page. Let me try that.
I don't think they're going to be using that. I haven't got the link still.
I don't know. Oh, that's for a link, you believe it.
No.
Refresh hasn't worked. We'll see either way. There's the spectator. It looks like they've been able to use draft lol again.
Draft lol's back working.
So it looks like a Rakan first pick for Coastline with a Xayah taken away from AG, the Xayah Leona. This is the kind of thing I want to see from AG. This proactiveness. You can do stuff in this lane. It scales pretty well into the mid. You have this agency. You can start fights with Leona. Looks like Coastline might be looking at the Lucian again, which Lucian Rakan still pretty strong duo.
Definitely, yeah.
Lucian going to be locked
really
in.
nice pair in the. I think it's less good into the Xayah, obviously post 6, but.
And Leona pretty good into Rakan.
I think this is
Leona Rakan lane, but
this is the kind
pretty
of
rough.
This is the kind of bot lane matchup where it's whoever blinks first.
Yeah,
whoever
definitely.
blinks first
you
just gets
first,
completely blown out.
Absolutely, it's like the westerns where impossibly the bad guy draws first and then the good guy just outdraws him somehow.
Hand shot first,
even though half a second delay, just quicker. Hand shot first.
Hand shot first.
Syndra picked up for Coastline.
Has
Another
been
good proactive mid-game champion.
He played it in the last series.
Scales really well now as well, so excited to see this. I've not seen much Syndra personally, but I've heard that it's pretty great. I've seen it plenty of times in ARAM and seen a lot of people blown up with that.
There it is.
The Aurelion Soul locked in. Now I'm excited.
Now I have to say,
I'm excited.
I've played this matchup as the Aurelion Soul. Yeah. This can sometimes not be very fun at all.
No.
However, if you play around Syndra E, you can really destroy this lane.
It's pretty hard to stand still against the Syndra, though.
Well, that's the thing. You just
three
don't.
skill shots.
You just don't stand still against the Syndra.
Just don't stand still with a Q forehead. Just don't stand still with your breath of.
No, because the Syndra,
you
just what you do is you expect the Syndra to be bad, which they normally are. Maybe in this case, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And they just whiff their E, and then you just W on them, and she just dies.
So your game plan, is expecting the legendary Lissandra that just beat the crap out of you last game to just be bad.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my solo queue focus.
I like that.
I go into every game.
Bear that in mind going to the next game.
I just assume my opponent is bad, and then I win.
Okay. I mean that is a good strategy. Maybe not if you've got some data to go on. But,
all about mental
respect
fortitude.
being shown to respect being shown to Negard. As much as the game didn't go their way, still scary Olaf.
I like the Wukong takeaway as well.
Phase 2. I like the Wukong takeaway. Possibly AG might be leaving open something like the Vi.
This could be a Lissandra.
Syndra, very strong.
This could be a Lissandra.
That could be Lissandra. No. Could be. I don't think so. I'm going to hope that what we see is what we get.
Mimi's taken off the board. Not something I've seen in their match history, but
Poppy
taken away.
Maybe that means when you're playing Rakan Lucian, Poppy can be a big troublemaker. Maybe they weren't sure what to ban there, but actually. Did we see a Poppy from somebody last week?
They've had Poppy in
we did.
Gameplay. I think it was Negard. He played it in the jungle.
Maybe Poppy. Yeah, I mean, either way, they don't want to see that champion when you're playing stuff like Rakan, Lucian, especially if you're looking to play Jax as well and that kind of thing. There's the Maokai. I like to see that coming through. Good proactiveness. Seems to just be immune to the nerf bat. I don't know how, but still just been a top tier jungler for about a year.
Turns out when you give him an ult the size of the map that roots everyone it hits.
Quite powerful.
Tends to be
great
quite
at locking
a good champion.
Down. Great at locking down these mobile champions like Rakan and Lucian as well. So really happy to see the Maokai come through. I think we did see Negard play it once before already. So Zach.
They were hovering Zach for the ban, but I didn't have this on my bingo card.
Zach. But yeah, I mean, great engage with something like Rakan that can set up beforehand with a charm and a W.
Another champion,
scales really well.
Another champion that can make Aurelion Sol's life miserable.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, can't stand still against a Zac because he'll just bounce you around. Pretty good against these kind of pick champions like Leona as well. You have your passive to lean back on so people have time to collapse. There's the Jax again.
But this does mean
from Ugandan fighter.
Ascent get counter pick in the top lane.
This is true.
Which, as a top laner, you love to see that.
Now, what do you want to be playing into Jax? Probably going to be an AD champion. Camille could work, but I don't know if that is good. I feel like Jax is pretty good into Camille, especially the later the game goes. Irelia is quite powerful as well into the Jax. Eventually gets outscaled. Looking for the Jace, though.
Jace.
I don't mind it.
Quite good. Mixed damage.
Gets beaten up late, but if you can get ahead early on the Jace, but Jax has a miserable time. If you can play this lane well, which I imagine Panky's played a lot of this lane. We should hopefully see his experience pull through here. So.
Just having a little bit of a minute break. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Do
you want to
draft.
take one of those as well? Just a couple of minutes. Just get some water. I think it's probably a good idea. You could run an ad as well if you've got that button set up.
I
You don't
do have that button set.
Oh.
He doesn't have that button set up.
Okay. Well, next time. I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
I click
Hopefully
the button.
These ads aren't playing through the games. And you know what? There's an easy way to remedy that with your Twitch Prime subscription.
Your Twitch Prime subscription. Feel free.
Take Jeff Bezos as bonus.
Yeah.
Give it to us instead. Come on.
I've just noticed that my stream is tagged with chill and backseating, so I don't know if we are backseating, but I feel like we quite possibly might be.
Casting's kind of like backseating, you know? Casting's basically backseating, but on a broader scale.
We're backseating a little bit.
I'm sitting back in my seat as well, so...
Wow. Wow, he's got the seat cracked back.
Not to show off, but... Well, I say I'm sitting back in my seat. It's more of a heavy slouch.
A heavy slouch in your Secret Labs Titan XL, not sponsored.
Absolutely,
yet.
Not sponsored. There we go.
Looking, because I had the run ads button. I added it to my
You added it, did you?
I did add it last time to my user controls, but it seems to have unadded itself.
Unadd the ad.
It did in fact unadd itself.
Do you focus the ads, or do you generally go straight for the boss? That's the question.
You got to focus the ads. Come on,
you got to focus the ads and get them out of it, don't you? Come on. Can't let them. They'll overrun you. You ever played against Yorick? Come on now. You got to get rid of those guys.
Focus the ads. Right, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know where the button is.
It's fine. We'll do it next time.
I'm
old,
next stream and I don't know how these things work, so...
Where's the ad button, Sonny Jim? Please, I need your help. Technology has overtaken me.
Swear to God it was here.
It's somewhere here.
It's somewhere
checking
here.
His pockets, checking his
pockets.
Checking his bag. Where is it? God.
Oh.
Have you tried the any key?
I found it.
Yeah, you just slammed it as well.
Button. And they're back now.
And they're back now.
But it's okay.
So next time for sure.
No, because we've still got the 3-minute spectator delay.
Oh, this is true.
I can run
a quick one now, and then we'll be waiting while.
Right, as soon as they go into Champ Select, I will.
Yeah.
I'll run an ad break.
That's a good idea. There it is.
Okay. Quick break time.
Quick break. We'll be back.
And we'll be back.
For those on Twitch Prime, welcome. And thank you for your patronage. Just going through picks and bans now in the client. Game should be starting in 5 minutes or so. Find the back there. Hopefully won't have the client bug, but we'll see. Easy fix either way. So, wait for these picks to come through. I'm excited for the side of AG. I think Ascent has a much better draft this time. A lot more agency. They have the scaling picks. They have the early game skirmish and the Maokai Jace. So, pretty excited. Pretty excited to see this game. I think AG has a much better shot, giving themselves a lot more chance than they did in game 1. So, see how this goes. That being said, Coastline's draft still quite strong. I've just been chatting about the drafts. The setup from Coastline, as much as AG have a lot more setup than they did in the first time. A lot of setup for stuff like this Zac, you know. Zac often the one jumping in first, but actually, with stuff like Syndra, with stuff like Jax, with stuff like Rakan, they can guarantee that you land these is it called slingshot?
Elastic slingshot.
Elastic slingshot, and the Zackle, whatever that's called, let's bounce.
I often find Zac is one of those very difficult to play against because he demands attention in a fight.
Yeah.
You can't ignore him because if he gets onto your carries, he can.
Zac does a lot of damage.
He does a lot of damage. He's not something you can ignore.
What do you think the odds are here?
And they've locked in Quinn.
They've locked in Quinn. I think that might be a misclick. I'm going to restart the draft. That was an error. I don't know what happened there, but the client... I don't know if that's the client's fault or the player's fault, but we'll get this restarted, and hopefully...
It's been a day.
Soon. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Their ADC wasn't here.
He wasn't here.
So, there we go. We'll try again. What was I saying? Oh, with Zach. Okay. I don't know if we can get a poll going. Can I get a poll going in the chat? How do I do that? A mod should know how to do these things. How do I see? Is it mod view?
I think I can do it here.
Sorry, I got mod view. I got to go.
You got a poll?
I just want to see. I don't know how to do it.
I can run it here.
It's fine. I just want to see how. What are the chances that we see Demonic Embrace from Zach? Either first item or second item. Well, maybe. I just want to make sure polls are working, to be honest. But I just want to know. This Zach, you were saying you can't just ignore it in these team fights. He's going to do a lot of damage, especially if you build something like the Demonic Embrace. Obnoxious amount of AP scaling on his abilities, ranging from I think something like 60 to 100% across the board. So if this Zach lands on you with something like a Demonic Embrace with a Heart Steel or a Sunfire Cape or something like that already, can really just blast through these carries like the Jace.
There you go. I've run the poll.
Like the Aurelion Soul. So, to be honest, we didn't need a poll for it, but we'll see.
I've done it now.
We've done it now. I say yes. This is a terrible, brilliant. Thank you.
I wonder which one's going to get the most votes.
Thanks, guys. Okay.
At least it's nice to know that the mod function does work.
Yeah, this was really why
the poll function. I've not tried it yet.
I turned it around on you.
You have.
I've got the engagement with having a terrible poll.
Well, the old switcheroo on me.
I pulled the old switcheroo.
You left your brave pants at home. Want me to wait while you go get them?
Who the hell is talking about brave pants?
That's not Poppy's normal chance. Like,
is it?
Fan quote? Is it?
Is that the real? I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Demonic when you gotta be the carry. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Chat knows.
Sometimes Zach kind of just gotta be blasting people.
You gotta blast them, you know?
It gives me the Smawn. No Smawn this time, Charlie.
No Smawn. No Smawn horn.
We do get Aurelion Soul, which I think is just as exciting.
I mean, Giant
arguably
Star
scales
Dragon.
better. So, Giant Star Dragon versus Giant Goat Forge
And also
Master.
consider,
I mean,
you know, Aurelion Sol is the creator of.
Yeah, that's true.
Universe. You know, he made Ornn.
He made Ornn. Surely. Well, Ornn's kind of a god as well. So I don't know. How does that work?
Aurelion Sol created the entire universe. What are you talking about?
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought it was like his race and I don't know. Like, surely he didn't do everything.
We need a lore expert up in here. Rach.
Aurelion Sol. You're telling me Aurelion Sol came up was like Poros seemed like a good idea. That guy designed Poros.
Aurelion Sol created the universe, right? Lore expert Rach.
I get that he created the universe.
This is a terrible poll. One.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll take it.
And Rach has confirmed in chat Aurelion Sol did in fact create the universe.
Yeah.
So that,
but did he create everything in the universe?
Well, obviously.
Maybe stuff evolved. You know.
That's like pouring a cup of water, giving it to someone and saying, "Yeah, but you know, did you make the cup?"
But I'm just saying, like, come on. Maybe there's a chance that Aurelion Sol didn't invent like Poros.
You're out of your mind.
They definitely reworked with the lore in mind. They did, but you know, I don't know. I just feel like I can't see big giant star dragon creating Poros.
So where did Poros come from then?
Well, you know, some people, as an example,
evolution.
Okay, no, yeah, as an example. Not saying I subscribe to this, not saying I don't, but a lot of modern day Christians do believe in evolution, but believe in a god that created the universe. So I'm saying, if you create the universe, evolution, that's Aurelion Sol, right? Maybe you created like a little something else that evolved into Poros, right?
This is the smoothest conversation we've had on this.
I'm just saying, like, I feel pretty wrinkly right now. I don't feel very smooth. Feel like I'm making a good point. Anyway, going back to the game. Couple of minutes on the spectator delay. We're finally through draft. We made it. We know which champions we've got. We've picked the right ones. And we'll see. I think AG have given themselves a much better shot at this game. I much prefer their draft to game
one. It's a much more well-rounded draft, to be honest.
Absolutely. They've got good agency in the mid to early. They have a fallback on the Aurelion Sol.
Very clear direction. Great 5v5 potential.
And all these champions don't just drop off. Something like an Olaf.
You know what else I like?
Yeah?
I like the fact they have 2 massive go buttons.
Yes! Oh, I love a go button.
Leona ult, Maokai ult, they just have a button that says go.
There's very few things that I like more than a go button. And I just think that that's...
it just allows you
to
wrest control of a game and dictate the flow and the pace of team fights so much better than having to dance around with skirmishes, 2v2s. Just being able to press a button on a Maokai and just run people down.
For me, you can keep your Melio, you can keep your Season 13 champs. Give me Maokai, give me Leona, Season 1, Season 2 champs all the way.
That's it.
Like, come on now. These champions, just get it done. They're simple enough that I can understand them.
You are a Garen player.
I'm a Garen player whose only go button is go faster.
Yeah, but man...
But he does get to buy a go button in Stridebreaker, which is
that's not a go button. That's a make them not go button.
But relative to them, you're like going, Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But that's now we're getting into general relativity here.
So anyway.
I started blasting.
So anyway. We're about to get into game. Fingers crossed the spectator or the spectator mode, just works. We're about to find out.
It's always game 1 that it doesn't work. Rest of the games, it seems to behave itself.
Now, almost every game so far that AG have played, apart from I think 1, we've had a split map. I think I don't think they will want a split map this
Where's
time.
my button? That button. I'm good at this
button?
streaming thing.
Yeah, that's great. Zach generally, for the first few levels, he can get like a level 3, level 4 ganking, but generally wants to try and get some good farm under his belt until level 6. So probably going to see a full clear from this Zach. Maybe a cheeky gank level 3, but probably not going to see too much action until around level 6, which means Negard might be able to get some stuff done in this early game. Looks like AG might be looking for the invade again.
Look at this Lucian Chroma, though.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
The zoom, I always forget about the zoom. Where's it? Lucian Chroma. Oh, damn.
Kind of nice. That was the new Mythic Chroma there coming out. Really nice.
AG... Did they spot AG here? I think they must have spotted AG there, didn't they?
Chat has just said Nico on everything except Aphelios is a GG.
Okay, well, there we go.
That's what you love
How
to
about
hear.
That?
I believe in him. He can do this.
Oh, yeah.
You got resets coming out from the Pixel Bush.
Did Coastline not see AG go into this bush? I'm sure they did. I'm sure Vickers saw them, but maybe they were right on the edge of vision. Negard's looking for something like
Vickers moving like he knows they're there.
Yeah, but you'd have to do... I don't know. Vicker could be caught out here if he's not careful. It would be a rough start.
And she's not skilled anything yet, so he hasn't got the E if he wants to go in.
Vicker has scaled a W, so I expect he has already there.
He's possibly looking
ready to just pop out. Maybe trying to bait something like a splash away.
He's leaving.
There it is. There's the invade. AG do get the invade off. Negard looking to just take away some chickens, but Vicker will spot him. Tenchi here is part of the invade as well. It's going to be a 3v2 if they go for this. Not ideal for Negard, but they're hitting Vicker. I don't know if they want this, though. It's going to be a 3v2. Entropy looking for the fight. Negard might be in trouble here. Entropy hits the Q, and Sails here coming from the mid lane. It's first blood over to Boytang. Sorry. I have spoilers. I'm going to pause. I'm going to count. Just count for me. I'm at 155. Count when you get close. That's my bad.
Okay. 4, 5.
Got it. Okay.
First blood over to Boytang there. A little bit unfortunate. The invade goes a little bit south. Not ideal.
Yeah, just outnumbered. Maybe they just weren't expecting Coastline to start on this red side.
Feels like that way.
I don't know if they had vision in the top side, so maybe they were just... I don't know, maybe they were just rolling the dice a little bit there.
Niku's got a very early level 2, but he is desynced with his support there. So he has got a little bit of an XP advantage.
Invade, so... now this is a top side that I'm very excited for. However, the bot side is more likely to be played around than last time. No Aphelios in this lane. Both teams got engaged supports. So, I'd like to see some action here from AG, you know? As much as I was saying last game, they kind of just want to sit back and scale. Leona Zaya can get stuff done in this early game. Especially something like the Rakan that just wants to be ducking and diving around, and Leona can just sit in place.
Really big wave crashing for Pankyu in the top side. He's kind of 11 CS ahead of this Jax. I mean, there's a big wave crashing, so that will even out slightly, but Pankyu proving that he knows how to control the early levels in this matchup.
Jace very strong in this matchup in the early levels, as he is generally in any matchups, given his range and early game power. He starts with 2, 4, 6 abilities in the early levels, so you know.
Champion I've been putting a bit of time into recently is definitely not easy, but very rewarding.
Not easy, but yeah, absolutely.
I've got to make sure I catch a missed cannon this game. That's trademark. You've got to hit them with the -1.
You got to hit them with the -1.
You got moves from AG walking up the river here. Hit to contest scuttle.
Should be an easy scuttle over to AG. Zach though getting one for free. That being said, not much for AG to 2 bot lane. They're going to lose out on maybe 1 or 2 minions, maybe a bit of CS and XP, but
back for moving down into the river.
Could be looking
not
for an
sat
early
on a
gank.
ward, so they don't know he's there.
Level advantages on Vicar over Tenchi at the minute. We'll see if Tenchi looks to the engage. Negard might have to.
Tenchi about to hit level 3 within the next minion.
Should be able to lock Vicar down if they want, but I feel like Vicar should be able to get away from this if he wants to.
There it goes. And she could go for the E flash. Vicar's stepping up quite close.
They got some real patience here, spending a lot of time on this.
Oh, E just goes slightly too far.
Nico's disconnected. I think that's a spectator bug.
Slight ping issues.
There we go. Entropy though, managing to pull ahead in the farm department. Exactly where Zach wants to be. A quiet early game, just be able to clear through his counts. Nice little full clear there.
And another enormous wave crash for Panky as well. He's really playing these lanes well.
Dominating this lane.
That's the shock blast onto the Jacks under the tower there.
Now, if
he does go re-aggressive. Knocked back.
Panky takes a tower shot, but doesn't get much for it.
Gets a plate.
Well, gets a plate, yeah, this is true. Already 300-400 gold ahead in this top side. Has teleport, so
bot lane
should be fine here. AG look like they're starting up the dragon. This is really early for them, and as we said last game, not usual that they prioritise these, but looks to be going uncontested. Zach not great in the early game to battle these early skirmishes.
He's giving it up as Coast bot lane did reset a couple of seconds before that, so conceding it.
Well,
Entropy is in his topside jungle.
From Coastline, but I mean, early dragons, they're a bit of a coin flip. They don't mean too much towards the game unless you start getting 2nd, 3rd, 4th dragons coming through. Does mean that I'd like to see Coastline wanting to scrap for this Herald as Vicar gets caught out, but there's the advantage of the Rakan. So mobile. Panky might be in trouble in the top side.
Flash from Panky as Entropy uses the last slingshot to get in. Assuming they spotted Negard here on the ward.
I feel like that minion would have caught him anyway. Looks like he's just going to push it out. Maybe just get a reset in. Could move in to take away this red or something like that, but probably just looking for resets.
Hoping to crush the wave just so
Entropy
AG's bot lane can get reset off.
It looks like Panky might be in trouble here. Dive being set up by Coastline.
Does go in, doesn't have the
flash
flash
in. Ugandan
well.
Fighter, good stun, great damage coming through. Ugandan Fighter flashing out. Great little dive there. That's the advantage of the Zac. Such a long range on that elastic slingshot from level 3 onwards with the aftershock as well. You're going to fight a tank in the tower, but had the ult, so it was just so tanky.
AG's bot lane are moving topside to catch this wave, and Panky's TP'd bot side.
Honestly, I like the move. Oh, the
wave management, to be honest.
Goes slightly wide for Tenchi. Entropy forced to flash, but you have to feel that could have been played better and could have been a kill for the side of AG. Missed breathing some Dragonfire onto Sail in the mid lane.
To beat down on Sail.
Entropy going mid. Mist could be in trouble. Forcing the flash out again. That's the 2nd flash Entropy has blown.
Well, the flash EQ does come in.
Mist looks like it's going to go down the Rakan. W goes wide, but Sail taking up another kill.
Unleash Power deletes him on the spot.
Tenchi could look for something here. No ult, but I don't think they have the damage to kill anyone. Nico just going to pick up some of that CS. Nico looks like he's going to get a plate in the top side and deny some CS, so that's nice.
I think this is good for Nico. I think getting Nico just being able to free farm somewhere and scale up, quite good.
It's good for Nico, but AG already finding themselves in a 1,000 gold deficit. Looks like they might be looking to contest this Herald. Negard could be in trouble again, though. Entropy lands the Q. Negard going low. Looks like he should be fine. Tenchi, though.
And she does get the flash off. Really good flash there. I think Nico might be in trouble
down the bot lane. Panky might be in trouble.
Elastic slingshot's coming in.
Around.
Does get sidestepped. Oh, and there's the ult.
Great ult from Nico.
Negard does flash the
goes
EQ.
in.
Oh, here comes Mist.
Missed.
Mist takes out Sail.
A great
really good
kill
movement.
There for
Missed on his signature Aurelian Soul.
Signature Aurelian Soul.
Proving that he can make the Star Dragon live. Really good.
Enough fighting that I don't think any team's particularly comfortable to get this Herald, but Nico getting his back cancelled. Not great for AG contesting this Herald.
Low on mana, a little bit low on health, but so is Boytang, to be honest.
Double teleport from... A teleport from Uganda Fighter. I'm somewhat surprised to see that, because it means he won't be there to contest this Herald at all. Looking for a kill onto Pankyu. No ult from either top laner, so Pankyu could be in trouble. Looks like he's going to go down.
Oh, just knocking
Uganda
back
Fighter
underneath
into the tower. No Q from Ugandan Fighter, so maybe Pankyu can get out of this. Q comes back from Ugandan Fighter and Pankyu goes down. 0-2 on the Pankyu, and another lead being built up from the side of Ugandan Fighter. And the Herald goes over to Coastline as well, so
he picks that one up.
Coastline winning across the map. AG have the agency champions, but they can't quite get anything done on them in this early game.
Still not an insurmountable gold lead at the moment. Less than 1.5k, so not out of this just yet.
Interestingly, Mist has started with the Lost Chapter, I guess because of the cost reduction, and then gone straight for Giant Spell. So I wonder if it's going to be a Riley's rush.
Riley's, yeah.
Does delay the Mythic, which I don't know. I guess he's the expert, so I trust him for sure. Just have a little count check. He's on 58 stacks already, so looks like he might have disconnected.
Oh,
that is. How about that one?
I don't know, he might have been looking at the map.
Maybe he was just in his shop or in the map or something.
He might have been waiting for his E to come back off cooldown.
Possibly, yeah,
Not
possibly.
sure.
That's the greedy Aurelian Soul we like to see. Entropy could look for a gank here, once he's done this camp. Just has to be a little bit careful, still no flash up. Negard's here to cover potentially. Dragon's going to be spawning in the next 30 seconds or so, there'll be a lot of focus down to this bot side. Neither top lane with a teleport, so should be this isolated 4v4.
Mist and Sail also without teleports as well, so gonna have to stay in this mid lane unless a jungler comes to help push it out.
Yeah, we'll see who can get the push. Sail gets another good
Vicar might be caught out here,
Mist.
but W away.
Negard using the ult. Might have been a misclick there. Goes totally wide. So they're not going to have that for the team fight. I don't know what happened there, but Negard just pushing the button in the wrong direction.
Immediately
He states the size of the map, but apparently you can miss that one. Starting the dragon though either way. Sail moving down, Entropy not in position. AG might be able to burst this one, but I don't know if they want this fight.
Well, they're a little bit collapsed on. Mist kind of can't come into it. Does get the smite off as well, but I'd
take away. The Vicar, great engage. Negard going extremely low, but nobody dies just yet. Entropy with a re-engage. Nico going low. Negard going down as well. That's a 2-0 for the side of Coastline. Dragging over to AG, but the fight going to Coastline once again.
A little bit sandwiched there either side. Coastline's bot lane did manage to move up, and it's a flash onto Mist in the mid lane.
Entropy with the Q. Mist dragged back, but they don't quite have the damage. No Syndral, no Zac ult, so we'll get away with that one.
It might be able to, yep, they're heralding this mid lane, so I think mid tower's probably going to go down. It's
going to be a lot of
plates, isn't it? Worth of damage it does, or is it 3 plates?
It's like 1800, I think, so it's just under 2.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I believe. 1500 gold lead now for Sail in the mid lane. Once again, get the better of this matchup.
But then again, we've seen this before.
We've seen this before. So we'll have to see how long AG can hold out.
It was against Valhalla, right? And Mist just decided to switch it on.
Yeah. And Mist decided to turn it on along with Pankyu, and I mean even Nico all got right in his opponent's face that game. We'll have to see. Entropy looking top though. Pankyu could be in trouble. Flash is up for the Jace. Entropy has flash and doesn't have all.
Can't quite land the tug.
Whoa, man, that was a close recall for Boytang, I think. Could have gone quite in the bot lane, but you can fight it really low. I don't know what happened there. Maybe Pankyu just getting a good bit of poke down. Coastline once again.
Lucian's gone for Kraken Slayer first item, which I've seen quite a few. They've both gone for Kraken Slayer first, to be honest.
Yeah. I see that more often than not with the Gale Force. Yeah, it seems like it does a lot of damage, but Negard looking for a bit of a play. Entropy could be turning it around though. Q lands onto Tenshi, going to drag him back into Negard, never mind. Vicar popping the ult, flashes forward, dodges the Solar Flare. Not much damage coming out from inside. Vicar going really low. Great drawback from Nico. Well, takes him down.
Nico's really putting out the DPS.
Might be in trouble as well, but Sail's here. The roam, great roam. Tenchi goes down. Nico Lol might be in trouble as well. Can he get the kill on Boytang? Does. But looks like it's going to go down to Sail. Huge ult coming around from Aurelion Soul. Wow. 3 for 1 though. Not what AG were looking for with that engage. Another kill onto the Syndra. Sky's Descend as well, just blown for nothing. Shot laner's trading.
Panky knocking back the Jax under the tower again.
Yeah. He's good on this Jace. As much as his 0-2, he's shown that he's got the schmoves.
Definitely played this matchup 1 or 2 times.
Up.
Maybe he smells blood in the water here.
Oh, Entropy looking for engage bot, never mind. Top side.
Oracle's lens comes out.
The, Oracle's lens. Still no mythic from Yugen and Fight though. You have to think that when the Triforce comes through...
The guard's going to run straight into him.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is Sail okay here? Sail has no... Should just be able to disengage, no problem though, so looks like that's going to happen there.
And she's on his way up as well.
Coastline, 2,000 gold. He might be able to catch out Sail here with Tenchi, no... Oh, he does have ult actually, and the Hex Flash, so could look for something, but should be fine with Entropy at his back. 2,500 gold lead for Coastline, so getting ahead in the early game with 2 dragons on AG. I'd say AG have the scaling advantage as well, so we'll have to see if they can hold out. Not such a huge advantage as before on the side of Coastline.
Then she does have the solar flare available. He's kind of sniffing out.
Can I just
looking to make something happen?
Can I just point out as well, just to say, there's a terrible pole in the Zax's inventory. Just to mention, he has actually gone that demonic embrace first, so that's going to be a lot of damage come through from the Zac. Going some fire cape first, so he should be able to blast through these. They're looking for Vicar though.
Ooh, the replay is paused.
No problem. Oh, okay. Can we pause as well?
We're back again.
Live or?
Yeah, we're back.
I'll pause. I need you to catch up. I'm at 15:12.
Okay. 11, 12.
There it is. AG looks like they should be able to take this Herald down no problem, as Entropy's jumped down the bot side.
Moves from them.
Honestly,
Sail does have TP, but I think they're just going to give it.
Quite a tense game too. With the way the early game went for Coastline, I really thought that they'd be able to start running away with it again, but AG are able to just out-macro them, and I think with the threat of Maokai, Aurelion Sol, Leona engage, maybe Coastline feeling a little bit trepidatious on some of these plays.
AG have got the tools to keep Coast kind of at arm's length and dictate the speed of the fight. Other than the elastic slingshot, I think if they keep their wards
up... looking for an engage though. Panky looks like he might be in trouble. Gets the E away though, it's just a trade again. You're going to fight flashing forward, gets the kill. Panky goes down for a 3rd time. There's the Triforce completed as well, so that is a lot of damage coming out from the Zac. Entropy goes in as well, catching Negard. Looks like he's going to go down. Good slam though. Tenchi
really good flash as well.
Going in, Nico.
Sail's on his way up as well.
Nico has ult, so watch the feathers. Is he going to be able to use it? He
beautiful.
Does. Great bait, but looks like he's going to go down anyway. The demonic embrace damage is too much. Tenchi's going to be in trouble as well. Sail jump forward, catches Mist. They're just going in one at a time. Mist looks like he's going to be safe, but that's another 2 kills, 3 kills total over to Coastline. These fights just not going their way. And once again, these mid laners from the opposing teams, Coastline's Syndra just always seems to show up just at the right time to pick up another kill.
Like
or
Dragon,
at least get involved.
Like Dragon
that's
going down to them.
Dragon for Coastline.
It's like
so that's going to slow down the stacking.
It's going to be difficult for AG to get more dragons given that their bot tower's already down. And the mid tower's down as well, so it's going to be really difficult for them to gain control of their bot side jungle.
Well, they have the Herald still, so if they want to drop that top side, that'll free up Panky a little bit. You might want to move to this bot lane.
Topside tier 1, the first tower goes down for AG there.
Entropy and Sail just sealing some camps away, and AG looking to do the same. The Dragon slowing isn't the end of the world for AG. Oh, you're going to fight, you're going on to Panky. Didn't expect Negard to be there. Has the ult, it's so tanky. Great damage onto Panky though, return damage.
Negard wants to go in on this.
You're going to fight is so strong right now.
Trinity Force Jax with his ult going.
Tenchi flashing an ult in though, should be a catch. Negard ulting as well. Where's the damage? There it is. Negard getting a shutdown. Should be able to get damage on the tower as well. Does he drop the Herald in time? Yes, he does, just barely.
Very nice.
So that's going to be a tier 2 going over to the side of AG. A huge injection of gold.
Coastline just starting to make moves towards this now. It's still sat in the
flash
bot lane.
From Sail catches Panky.
Sail blasts him from a distance. Doesn't even have to use the ult as well. And now Negard's caught out as well. He's getting collapsed on by Vicar and Boytang.
He's just going to get run down. Nowhere to go. Rakan catches him with the grand entrance. Boytang Ian forward. Looks like they're just going to hand that one over to Boytang.
And they're just 2 steps ahead every time.
Absolutely. This being said, good play come through from side of Coastline.
Elastic slingshot in. Nico
coming down from Nico. A lot of damage from Entropy. There's a lot of damage, but I don't know if he actually wins his extended fight. He has the passive. Sail's coming in on the flank as well. Nico having to flash. Manages to dodge the E, but the Zac has a passive. Why are you engaging on that? Tenchi probably going to be caught out as well. Entropy just knows he has the back of the passive, so it's just not going to go down. Flashes the Mastery 7 emote, so it clearly has plenty of games under his belt on this champion. 5-0 on the Demonic Embrace Zac.
And it just feels like AG's top and mid are just not moving from these side lanes enough.
They cannot catch a break, can they, AG?
They really
Looks like
can't.
tier 2 going to go down to the side of Coastline. Good shock blast coming in from Panky, but just really struggling. It's 1-0 currently to the side of Coastline. AG losing game 1. Mist has the Disguise Descend, but Entropy at Ugandan Fighter's back should keep him safe.
3 people pushing up to this top tier, this bot tier 2 here. Oh,
Sail has so much damage. Panky go to 1 HP.
This autos him to death.
Sail.
That is not what you want to see.
This is in trouble now as well. They're just not able to keep track of this Coastline team. Oh, the Disguise Descend though maybe gets him at 3.
Well.
The Q from Rakan not quite managing to find it. Tenchi with the ult. Ugandan Fighter might now be the one in
straight
trouble.
Onto Nico. Doesn't have the ult.
Ugandan Fighter's just got so much damage as his Triforce. Negard though makes it a 2v2 again. Tenchi taking a lot of damage, but imagine
here comes Mist.
Vicar's going to go down.
Oh no, and this is not a good
teleport's
TP.
Wise.
Sail did have the Banshees.
Mist, but Boytang's here. A lot of damage on Lucian.
Oh no.
Sniffed that, but Mist goes down. There's so much damage on the Syndra. It's just...
Syndra's Banshees fail there. Unbelievable.
Oh
the value she just got out of the Banshees was enormous.
16 is the number on this man's book. Sail taking the big play, making the big roll, big risk, buying the whatever it's called, the Magi's. Oh my god, how long have I played this game? Buying the Magi's, 16 stacks. That's 80 bonus ability power coming off the book.
That is a lot of ability power. This Syndra is going to be coming, well, already is an absolute
Already
terror.
is quite a monster.
Nice to see this. Zac has gone for the even shroud as well. So
this Zac, I just don't know how AG killed this guy. Mist has not had time to scale up just yet, just on 2 items. Cresting 2 items now. Has, what are we on? 228 stacks, so is stacking up quite quickly, I think. The new next dragon spawning soon.
Pinks on the dragon from AG,
deficit.
the Baron from AG coming down.
I can't imagine they're just going to flip this. There's no way they're
might be caught out
5v5. Here. AG got to be a little bit careful of overextending because Ugandan Fighter will be able to collapse quicker. So they're just going to leave it for now. Mist quite happily farming in the bot side. I think AG just need to relax. They can give up some objectives. Just try and defend the towers. If this next dragon goes over to Coastline, it's not the end of the world.
Elastic only second dragon. In. Oh, but cancel.
Good cancel from the smash. Mist though caught out from Sail again. I think it's just going to be one shot. Oh. Sail goes legendary.
Died before he even moved the camera. That's not what you want to see. Looks like resets coming in from Nico and Tenchi. Coastline are moving down to secure their second Drake.
Blast, but this is, admittedly, I didn't want to see the Aurelion Soul, but AG just giving this one over, probably what they need to do right now. Actually, only in a 4,000 gold deficit now, so picking up a couple of those bounties, but I think they just need to give dragons and buy time. You know, the Jace won't, it'll not scale quite as well as the Jax, but will still provide a lot of poke damage in the later game. Maokai and Zac, around about the same. Aurelion Soul will just, has the stopwatch now, so the next fight should have a little bit of an advantage.
AG have got control of this top side of the jungle. Gap between the Baron, they are in control and they are there in full force, so Coastline have to be a little bit careful face checking any of this, because with the Leona CC, the Maokai CC, and pick someone up and delete them.
I don't know if you want to flip over to the gold there. We'll just show how big the difference is on the mid laners. It's X if you were wondering. Nico forced to pop the ult. Big fight coming out. I'm still a little bit ahead of you.
Well, they've taken Boytang. I think
Boytang
Nico
goes down
is
there.
going to be answered.
Nico's still in trouble.
1 for 1. Both
Vicky
AD
going low.
down.
Mist is here. And Panky was on the flank, but he is spotted by a ward. Entropy managing to pop his flash. Oh, I don't know if Panky wanted that. He's going to have to force the engage button. Sail catches him with another great E. What is it called? I need to know the...
Vicar almost taken out.
Mist almost executing in there.
Oh, he does take him out with the Leandris.
Oh, he does catch him with the Leandris. So... Great news from Mist. But...
Is a 2 for 2. So not really any options for objectives at the moment.
Did I just say it was only 4,000 gold?
Yeah, I did look.
6.5.
I did look at that. It was a 6.5 when it was a 6k when you said 4k.
Okay, I don't know what was going on with
it
maths
might have
in my
been
head there.
a spectator thing. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure it was spectator. Yeah, this can't possibly have been me being wrong.
No, absolutely not. And we got Sail going to match Mist in the bot lane. We've seen how this one goes the last 2 times it's happened, so Mist is going to have to play very careful.
It's not been a great time for Mist. I think he's probably just going to have to allow the waves to be pushed into him and just pick those up as and when.
Got matching builds coming out from both ADs as well. Quite scary items. We've got pings going on towards Ixelbush around Baron. I think Coastline might be looking for the setup here.
I'm surprised to see the quick blades from the Lucian. You usually see the Gale Force on that with the extra mobility, but I guess he just wants sheer damage.
Plastic Slingshot goes in. That's quite deep for Entropy, but he can just walk away.
He's just so tanky. He's 8-0 on this Zac, 700 gold bounty, 3 items completed. I don't know how they kill him, even in a 1v2. I think he probably just kills Nico, I'm not gonna lie.
I think Mist needs to get himself over here. Elastic Slingshot's
yeah,
about
he does
to
have
come
the
in.
teleport, but I think he's going to be too late to this. Forcing Nico already, that's rough.
Oh
Sail
my...
might be caught by the
Sail
feathers,
just one-shots Nico!
Blows him up with the unleashed power.
Oh, it's a disaster. Panky falls as well.
Panky going down again. It should just be an easy Baron for Coastline. Megard maybe just trying to get into a steal position, but... Maybe just wants to reset. He's caught by Scry's Blue. He might be going down as well. Vicar and Boytang might be able to make this work while the other two start Baron. Mist is just splitting.
Fall here.
Definitely going to go down.
Got the phase rush, he's running away, but it just doesn't matter.
Boytang, even Boytang has a lot of damage at this point. 4-3 Nate on the Lucian, 3 items completed. So
N and 1. Fully stacked Magi Soul Stealer here. Sail on the Syndra there, that is...
What's the bonus you get on that again?
I think it's about
like
1.8 million AP.
Ah, right, okay, yeah, for sure.
Honestly,
you get 10% move speed if you have 10 stacks. So he's just going to be running around real fast in his little floaty boots.
Not an item that I ever find myself buying, but that is not surprising.
You're a scaling player, you know.
Yeah,
this isn't a scaling item.
Yeah, I'm also terrible.
But it's a rapidly scaling item, but it also descales,
which
is not what you
And
want
again,
to
the
do,
aforementioned being terrible. But
you're being terrible.
that factors less into it, I'm sure.
Mist does have the Sky's Descent for this next dragon, although he might be in trouble with Ugandan Fighter jumping on here in the top side. Looks like it's just going to be a really easy kill for... And Nico goes down in the mid lane meanwhile! Sail's just... I don't know what you're supposed to do into these two champions.
A few seconds away from having the ultimate as well. Absolutely heartbreaking.
Even Boytang is almost one-shot in Negard now.
God's getting chunked. He's trying to stop Panky from back in the bot lane in the Zac.
Almost a 10,000 gold lead now for Coastline. Panky trying to get something on the side, but Entropy might be able to 1v1 this
deletes the wave immediately.
Oh my god, the damage from the ult! That is insane! He just blows him up.
That is not okay, is it?
Coastline now on the Nexus towers. I don't think they can defend this.
And she goes in, lands a good solar flare, but there's just no follow-up.
Negard goes so deep with the twisted advance, but Boytang should be able to
get away.
Chase him. He goes really low from the tower though. Maybe Neko can look for something.
Might have just saved the game at that point, but...
Yeah,
Sky's Descent comes out, it does clip Boytang.
There it is.
Sonya's
Stopwatch goes down from Mist, but I think he might be going down to Sail. Sail goes for somebody else. Gets another shutdown on the Jax. Nico, can he get the god play on Sail and Vicar? Not quite. Mist goes for it, though.
I think he's sacrificing himself to cancel.
Should be able to take Vicar down. There it is.
It's a triple kill for the Star Dragon.
Triple kill. He's going for more.
Oh, he
Entropy
tries to
might be able
flash.
cancel
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Oh my god, there it is.
Tries to flash the Q.
10-0 on the Zac. Where is the... Where is the Mage Ice for this Zac? That's what I want to know.
Again, as we've seen it before, it's AG really struggling with the enemy mid-jungle.
This mid-jungle duo from Coastline absolutely ruling the game once again.
Running the show.
Do you know another damage check for you as the third dragon goes over to Coastline? Do you know how much damage Zac W is doing right now?
Go ahead.
If I can click on him. Where is he? He's doing 95 damage plus 12.7% max health.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
He's going to be, you know, 2.98 second cooldown gets reduced by a second for every goo you pick up. So every 2 seconds, it's probably 400-500 damage coming down off of a full tank, by the way.
Well,
seems pretty fair to me. I mean, well, he's a bit of an assassin. He's a bit of a tank. He's a bit of an engage. You know.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades champion, isn't he?
He can kind of do whatever he wants. He's a bit of an Ornn in the jungle. AG not even able to get the jungle camps at this
absolutely
point.
Owning this bot side jungle now.
Almost a 10,000 gold lead, triple Infernal Soul, by the way. Syndra sitting on a nice clean 908 ability power. So maybe a final stand for AG. Feathers for Nico goes. Grabs one. Vicar going down. This is not a bad fight. Yeah, great fight for AG so far. If they can just hold it there. Pankey's looking to end, by the way. Mist just has to stop the backs. Takes a lot of damage from Sail. No execute. Tenchi's E just goes wide. Flash onto Sail though. One shots the Nico. Can Sail make it a 1v3? I think Sail's just going to try and kill everyone though.
Oh, they got the cancel onto Void Tank.
The damage.
This is just causing a problem. Pankey might just end.
Pankey might just be able to end the game.
No way. Is this the way it goes?
It's a steal for AG.
It's a steal.
That happen?
Unbelievable.
Jace at the back door. The 4v5 defend.
Pankey takes it in the side lane.
Takes the game. It pays off. How did that happen?
I did not have that on my bingo card for today.
Coastline moments away from ending the game, and eventually the Aurelian Soul once again outscales and outperforms. 10,000 gold down. 4 versus 5 defense on the Nexus towers. Baron on the enemy team, and yet Pankey just ends the game in their face.
Pankey absolutely showing complete dominance there, just saying, I don't care about your gold lead. I don't care about your Medjais, your full stack Medjais. I'm just going to end this game. Unbelievable. Now that is... I can't
believe that.
That is what you love to see. They tie up the series, bringing it to us to its final game 3.
A 1-1. I just...
Got to be said as well,
I don't have words.
That's the kind of thing that gets under your skin.
This is true.
The Coastline Esports here, that will get under your skin, absolutely.
We've got to see if they are crumblers or whether they will just get angry and go Hulk mode.
That is
those are the 2 responses to this.
A fantastic end to game 2.
I cannot believe that. Pankey just... He's like, guys, you got this, right? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Pankey just beating down on the towers, blowing up minions, blowing up nexuses. No problem. It's all in a day's work.
And this is the thing about League of Legends. Doesn't matter how much gold you have. Doesn't matter what happens. All that matters is who's the person to last hit that nexus.
That's it. As long as you got 1 HP on the nexus, you ain't lost. So, AG show now, it's done.
Got to be said as well. Big props to Nico and Mist and Tenchi at the end there. Who managed to...
The defense, as much as Pankey did a great job PvE, I mean, the AG defense, Mist, I think may have got a double or a triple on that last one as well. Nico got a great feathers pullback, hitting 2 or 3 members. And the chase down as well, the commitment from Negard as well, onto just stopping backs. That's all they needed to do. They didn't need to win the fight.
Undoubtedly,
Which they went 3 for 2 early, 2 members versus 2 in the end, and then Mist and Negard just being able to cancel backs while Pankyu just ended the game.
I hand it to them. They played.
I don't know.
Sort of the last minute and a half of that game.
We jested.
Yeah,
we jested on the really fed mid lane with Mist going behind on Aurelion Soul, but I guess it's just how they win.
I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless.
I don't have more to say on that. It's just what a game, what a turnaround.
Absolute turnaround.
Yeah, scaling comps win, I guess.
You may not like it, but this is what peak League of Legends looks like. I'm just gonna say it.
It is just a wild end. I sort of half-heartedly said Panky's just going to try on the game, not thinking that it was going to go that way. I thought it was just a base race that was just completely fruitless and had no chance of working, but it just did.
I was subtly keeping my eye on Pankyu in the corner of the map, just assuming he was about to reset and help join the defense.
Yeah, no,
and then he didn't.
Full commit. AG were like, right, the only way we win this game, we defend as 4, you win the game. Just go.
You have to respect the full send.
You do you. You have to respect the full send. They full committed. They saw the line as well. That's something that is very underestimated. You got to play to your outs. This is something I learned from playing Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, this kind of thing. Even if you've got the slimmest chance, if that's the only way to win, you got to lean into it. And they said, you know what? We don't win the 5v5. And even if we do, we're probably not going to win the late game. We're far behind at this point.
The window that they managed to create in that last team fight really gave Pankyu the option to just close out that one. Nico played that last team fight almost to perfection.
So well. But so much time. What's the Zyra ult called? I'm so bad with
Feathers
names
Fly.
Of AD carries. Feathers Fly. Is it actually called that?
No.
The thing she screams?
No, that's just
okay.
what she shouts.
It could be, for all I know. I don't know.
Someone in chat tell us, old people who've played League for 10 plus years, what Zyra ult's called.
We need an ability. The worst thing is I can just click on the champion that's in my bottom left. Like I don't even need to know. But
yeah, but still.
I'll know it as soon as it's said. I just feel like an idiot.
It's called Hextech Ultimatum.
I just don't believe that. That one I can't believe.
That one's Camille's ult.
Another thing I can't believe. AG getting away with that.
That is a banger. That one goes down for the history books.
How many times have you gone down triple Nexuses, 10,000 gold down, and won the game?
Yeah, they've pulled off the almost 0.5% comeback.
Yeah. That it is something like that, isn't it? With triple inhibs down, you're something like 99.7% to lose.
I believe that also includes if your Nexus towers as well. No, not quite. They still had
just
the
triple
Nexus
inhib.
towers.
I thought there was just a triple inhib stuff. But anyway,
really?
You're right. They didn't get the Nexus towers. That is true.
Really?
Yeah, we did. Pankyu, baby.
Pankyu got the Nexus towers. That guy.
Again, a lot of focus going on to Pankyu, but actually, it was really the rest of AG that did anything that whole team fight. I mean,
cannot be underestimated. The
outplaying the team fight.
Again, as we were saying in the preamble though before this,
we've got a draft by the way. Oh, yeah.
Ascent really know their way around a team fight.
They really know the way around the team fight. That it just looked hopeless, and they somehow pulled it out of the bag. But looks like we're going to be starting draft soon. Just get all the players in here. There we go. I fully expect Aurelion Sol to be banned.
I don't know.
Somehow, as much as they went down really far, the only time AG's managed to pull out these wins is through great team fighting and scaling with Aurelion Sol and having these huge sky descents and Nico eventually being able to get into the game and get stuck into these team fights. So
I don't know if Coastline will fall for the ASOL ban. I mean,
You don't think?
I think they could, but I don't know if they'll consider it really that much of a problem.
Possibly not. Possibly not.
In the the lobby chat, Vicar has said, we just thought a game 3 would be nice. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Really nice to see the teams having a laugh and enjoying themselves.
Okay there.
That's what it's all about there.
Yeah. They just seem like they're happy to be on stream. So there we go.
Completely. I'm glad everyone's having a good time.
Absolutely. I'm having so much fun. This is just the best thing. I don't know why we didn't do this earlier, but I guess we didn't have an opportunity. But man, just great content, great games.
Good games
really
for the
enjoyable.
fans.
Good games for the fans as well, yeah.
To be fair,
is it the comeback story? Can they pull off a 2-1 and get their first match win?
How many years have we both been saying to each other, we should cast some games, and then just we've sat there and played ARAMs instead. It's nice.
I can say that about most things in life. I should really learn to do something. I should really start a career. I should really go back to uni and just sit and play ARAMs. I think that's better.
Again, we do want to shout out Ascent, to be honest, because we are thankful to them giving us the opportunity to cast these games.
We wouldn't be doing it without their permission, and I don't know if you suggested it or they suggested it, but I'm so pleased that either way we are able to do this because it's so much fun.
Very grateful to the boys over at Ascent for.
We love seeing the fans in the chat as well. Not got so many opposition fans just yet, but by the way, can anyone let me know in chat if there's an NLC official Discord, because we're in the AG Discord and it'd be nice to be able to try and get some of the opposition fans in and get a bit of banter going on in the chat.
I think a couple of them have been popping in and out.
Yeah, it's true.
Boy's here.
I'm here. Boy's here. There he is.
There he is. Great to have everyone from both teams in. We're just really happy that we get this opportunity, and we're not making a complete mess of it. So
Coastline fans represented in the chat.
Coastline fans represent. Yep.
Yeah.
Proud of your boys as well. Everyone in the games we've casted so far they've really put their heart and soul into everything, and it's been fantastic to watch.
They seem really nice, and this is Coastline's actual mid laner in chat.
This is why in the preamble I've got him listed as the mid laner.
There we go. Sorry, I didn't recognise the name.
There we go.
How do you feel about that last game? Because I mean, it just looked clean until it really didn't. Which was the last 10 seconds. just a wild game. Draft is starting, just to let you know. We've got bans coming through already. So just to catch up, we've got a Melio ban on the side of Coastline and an Ornn ban. Not surprising about the Melio, somewhat surprising about the Ornn, but I think they banned that last game as well.
They did.
On the flip side, Jarvan, as usual, come out from AG. Lissandra ban, not surprising.
LeBlanc takeaway. They have banned away Nagard's Viego. So that's
yeah.
It doesn't look like they've definitely watched the series.
To be honest, it's the champion he looks best on. Aside from that Maokai in those closing moments of the game,
he's going
to pick that one up first. I like the Maokai pickup. I really do. I just think he's such a powerful champion. Has great setup. The ultimate's so powerful in setting up the objectives, and the amount of vision you get from the saplings as well. I mean, just bonkers. I don't know why this isn't higher prior for other teams, but Zaya's going to be
Coastline's takeaway. I'm assuming they're going to follow this up with Rakan.
They've shown a lot of priority on the Rakan for Coastline. It's going to be, if they do pick it, it's going to be the third game in a row. But they're going to pass it over.
Xin, we were talking about this. I think Xin Zhao is a bit of an unsung hero at the moment. He's kind of got everything you want from a jungler.
Entropy has played this before.
Yeah.
Huge damage in the early game, especially with something like Halo Blades. Great 2v2 with other AP pick champions like Ari and Blanc and that kind of thing. The Blanc obviously
really versatile champion.
Ari.
Got a lot of toolbox utility in his kit.
And as you were saying before, the ult has a huge amount of versatility and just utility in team fights. You just can't get to it. You can't kill them. They have Lester Aurelian solo through, so throwing down the gauntlet again.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
Yeah, I mean, just Coastline, don't know how they feel about that. Maybe it just went so well last time. They're like, look, surely it doesn't happen a third time that this guy gets this champion. But this happy to say, I think it will.
Got to be said, Mist currently 100% win rate. The Aurelian Soul.
Currently 100% win rate on his signature pick. This is true.
In Group D of Division 4 of NLC, currently unbeaten on the Aurelian Soul.
Coastline passing over the Rakan pick, so just not thinking they're going to get it done. They're going to go for the Nautilus instead. Great again.
This says to me they're looking less. They're looking less for the lane dominance and more for the team fight.
True.
I think Nautilus.
Also, okay. A ban on Leona. Okay, you know what that tells me?
Yeah.
Nautilus mid.
Nautilus mid. Yeah.
This is Nautilus mid. I think this is Nautilus mid. Leona and Braum ban. I think this is almost 100% a Rakan. We'll see if AG sniff it out.
AG good pick into Aurelian Sol if it is Nautilus mid, because obviously you could just rush.
Man, not smelling it. I think this is just they could leave it for last pick, but
the Ari. This is 4 mid lane bans, by the way, so they are really laying it down.
They don't think this is Nautilus mid, I guess. Maybe they've not sniffed it out. I really do think it is, though. As good as Xayah Nautilus is, I think this could just be a Rakan, but...
Nah, this is Nautilus top.
Nautilus top, you
Xinjiao
reckon?
support.
Annie, though. I think
it's a double flex.
Annie... It is a double flex, but I still think this is Annie support.
No, I don't know now the Annie.
I don't know how Xayah Annie doesn't seem great, but...
Annie is incredibly good into Aurelion Sol. Really
I guess
punishes
Braum
him.
Nautilus... Braum Leon are pretty good into Nautilus as well, so... Maybe
but they
maybe
still
I
have
just
the
got
option.
too carried away. They still do have the option, this is
double
true.
flex option.
It's definitely not going to be Rakan, but... it could be Rakan, but I like the Poppy.
Coastline did ban this away in game 2, so... Poppy good into Xinjiao, into Nautilus. I tell you, it's a lot of times when people pick Poppy, they really hone in on the whole blocking dashes kind of things. But a lot of times I don't see people realise how powerful Poppy Ultimate can actually be.
Poppy does a lot of damage as well.
That percent max health on the Q into what is quite a tanky team.
The Poppy ult is very powerful.
The Poppy ult is a game changer.
Poppy locked in. I wonder where... This is a flex for AG as well, so I wonder where these...
Yep.
3 champions going. Is this Poppy support, by the way?
Oh,
this
it
has
is.
To be Poppy support, doesn't it?
This is Poppy support. Which I do have to point out something. Tenchi's old summoner name on his main account was Poppy support.
Right, okay, so, well that could be a...
He is not a stranger to the Poppy support. He has played many games of this champion. I've played a lot of games with him.
Mundo lock-in!
Oh my god.
Our bingo card is just out the window. I don't know what's going on in these games, but Mundo... I wonder if this is in response to the Olaf.
So you know when you were saying, shall we get lists of meta picks? And I was like, I don't know if it'll matter. It just didn't matter. This has really blown it completely out of the water.
Yeah.
Now,
I think we should probably get confirmation on where these champions are going. I guess we'll see that in draft anyway, but...
I'm not going to lie. That Mundo is going to be terrifying.
Coastline have drafted a very strong early to mid champion.
I'm a little bit scared for AG. I have nightmares about Mundo and the things that he's done to me in top lane.
I don't know. I kind of I'm in the AG camp in this one. I think if you don't get ahead in this early game for the side of Coastline, or at least be explosive in the early to mid, I don't know how you play into stuff like Aurelion Sol Poppy and Maokai. I mean, how do you ever get onto this Aurelion Sol?
I would say that Coastline's team is very slightly lacking in damage. Just a little bit. I know Xinjiao is a good damage dealer, but he's not quite...
This is part of what I mean. I think the scaling is like... I really think this is a huge risk where they have to snowball this mid lane duo. Get Annie and Xinjiao really far ahead, because it's not going to take long for this Aurelion Sol Maokai to be a real menace. You know, come 25 minutes, I got to give the advantage to AG if it's an even game.
Sure.
Right, Xinjiao obviously able to get onto the Aurelion Sol pretty easily, but with Poppy stood next to him, it's going to be really tough to get there. A lot of good front line for this Aphelios.
We're throwing it up. Who's going to win the series? We're throwing up a poll.
Okay.
Put your votes in.
These are the ones we want.
You got 2 minutes.
Who are we seeing? I know where my vote's going.
I think we've got banger drafts on both sides. Absolutely banger drafts.
Really interesting drafts. Negard falling back to comfort.
Looks like, yeah. This is a top lane Maokai, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Maokai into Mundo.
Now,
Mundo, I have to imagine, wins out on that matchup, but there's a lot of sustain from both sides.
I do like that, because Mundo's passive in the early game is on like a minute cooldown on his passive. Yeah. You can snipe it with Maokai Q, and that leaves him free reign for you to bash him about a bit. And don't forget, Maokai Q does do percent max health.
Does a lot of damage. Yeah. So does Mundo Cleaver though.
Bramble Smash.
I feel like once Bramble Smash. I knew it was called like Smash. Just didn't know what else. But I think Mundo's pretty terrifying. But if they can keep this mid lane 2v2s, the Xinjiao and the Annie, under control, AG should have a good shot.
I think Mist really has to play it safe in the early game, because
definitely they're really playing for the scaling.
If you step out of line against Annie Xinjiao, they are not going to be afraid to blow you up on the spot, especially post 6. Annie flash tibbers into Wind Becomes Lightning from Xin Zhao. Look at that.
That's a good ability.
I know
name.
that
You
one
can't
because
forget
that's LS's favourite ability name to say.
it is a great
So
ability name.
I know he will just cast team fights and shout, Wind Becomes Lightning! So the Poppy support as well.
It's got one thing that doesn't make sense to me is why you're picking Olaf. I don't get that. I get that you need an AD jungler, but why are you not picking something like Vi? Maybe Negod's just going for comfort here, but
Vi.
Again,
I don't think
the Maokai, the
Ascent have won with 2 votes. That says it.
Bizarre.
I don't think Vi into Nautilus, Xayah, Annie. I mean, Annie's going to Zhonya's you. Nautilus doesn't care. Xayah's going to ult. I don't think Vi gets it.
Nautilus will kind of get killed, but I know what you mean.
Like... Vi also doesn't win against Xin Zhao.
Okay, rethinking as you're making these points, totally valid. Olaf does beat up on a lot of those champions.
Yeah.
Olaf isn't particularly scared of any of them. The main concern, I guess, is getting burst out by something like huge number of Xayah feathers, and nobody else really has the burst to kill an Olaf. So, turning my Garen brain on, I'm like, I'd play Garen into this team. That means I'd probably play Olaf into this team.
You play Garen into everyone.
Well, that's what I mean. But that's that's not the point. I'd
love to see a Garen into their team.
This is true. Garen jungle. I mean, maybe that's where Negar needs to be going. I don't want to see a Garen, but anyway. Garen would have been turbo pick, I'm just saying. Anyway. We're about to go into game.
Definitely going to be interesting.
We're going into the spectate delay, actually.
I think the only thing to watch for... So...
I don't know if you want to run ads quickly as well once we're done with this point.
Oh, yeah. I'll...
Make sure we don't miss out on any, like... We don't want to go into the final moments while Pankyu's beating down on a Nexus while there's a base race going and AG's finally winning a team fight, and then...
I'll
run products, please.
Run the ad break now, because then it won't... Because I've got it set so it won't run in the next hour, so... There we go. So
it should be fine. Sorry, everyone, but you want to avoid that? Get some more excellent casting content. Maybe you should just sub. Just Prime. You're Prime. If you're not away, you could Prime sub to us. And
the ad break.
We get free money. You get free not watching ads. It's a win-win.
The ad break's running, so currently only Charles can hear you.
Well, I can hear me as well.
You can hear.
I forget that. That's the most important person. Anyway. Bot lane. Do you want to talk about this bot lane matchup? You should have the most experience here because you're a bigger player on a big bot lane.
What I was going to say is it's a little bit of a mismatch on AG's side because the Poppy is definitely going to look for the early E-Flash level 2. E-Flash ignite into a wall is Tenchi's trademark on the Poppy.
You're set guns, aren't you, on Aphelios? So
yes, it's a set order.
I'm guessing you don't get to start like purple gun.
What I was going to say is purple gun is the first gun you rotate to. So in this matchup, the only issue that you have as Aphelios is you want purple and red gun for that early level 2, but you really cannot use up your ammo quick enough in the early game. So you start with sniper and you start with red gun.
Yeah.
And the first gun that, when you run out of ammo, the first gun you're going to rotate to is Gravitum, the purple gun. So ideally, he's going to want to use up his sniper ammo as quick as possible, get himself over to the Gravitum. So when the Poppy looks for the sort of flash EQ into the wall with the ignite, he has the follow-up slow, the follow-up route, can swap over to Severum, the red gun, press Q, and just chainsaw you to death.
Well, there we go. We can just skip the first 3 minutes of bot lane now and just look elsewhere. We know what's going to happen.
But that's where the only mismatch lies, is in the first 2 levels, because I bet Poppy is definitely... That's so much info all at once. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was an Aphelios one-trick for a couple of years when he first came out.
Yeah, we'll focus on bot then.
The mismatch is... it's going to be telling whether they go for that early level 2, because Aphelios, not known for his incredible follow-up. I mean, he doesn't even get an ability until level 2. So, it's definitely going to be a difficult one. I think they might be looking for the level 3. But the unfortunate thing is that's, again, where Xayah and Nautilus both also get a lot stronger. So, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Tenchi playing a little bit more safely on this Poppy. Maybe not looking quite for that early level 2, early level 3 aggression.
But I think level 3 is probably where it's going to happen. But we'll have to see. We're going into game now. One thing I want to add, we should get an AG emote.
We definitely get an AG.
We should get an AG emote. For subs specifically.
Yeah.
Maybe for everyone. We'll see. And maybe an NLC logo.
We're in.
Maybe we need like a Super Saiyan Aurelion Soul as well. I feel like that's a good shout.
Oh, an
Anyway,
ASOL,
we're in game.
an ASOL emote would be fantastic.
Everything's working.
What time are you at?
I'm at 18 seconds, but I'll pause while you call out. I'm at 21. I've paused.
Okay. 19, 20, 21.
We're in. Okay, so both teams looking like they're going to be heading bot. BAG's going for a 5-point defense.
5-point defense, but
Nautilus obviously pretty strong in level 1s, especially with
for
Annie's
a cheeky
well.
invade on the bot side. They are going to walk over a ward in Tribush, though. Fantastic ward from Tenchi there.
That is life-saving.
Chat said ASOL will be looking like cotton candy. Yeah, yeah, very true. We got to
probably another split map, honestly. AG's bot lane
no.
I'll be careful, but
however, they don't have any deeper wards than this, so
I feel like they should probably just go through lane. I don't want them shortcutting past this red buff, but you get a fight going ghost, by the way. No flash on this Mundo.
They might stay for this red buff take, because I'm assuming Nagard's going to take the red of Coastline here.
It should just be a full split map, I imagine, with Sinjo OF.
Nico and Tenchi just going straight to lane here. I'm really hoping we don't get a Scion strat here and they just 5-man dive them underneath their towers. That's not going to be pleasant to experience.
I can't imagine so. It's pretty hard to dive stuff like Poppy, especially if he's got Aftershock, but see? Sail moving towards mid. I think the crux of this game is going to be this mid 2v2. I really think if Mist can survive, get through these levels, start scaling up, should be pretty safe. Ping's coming down onto Negard from Coastline, so they know where he is. They're just guessing or through wards, I'm not sure. But
Entropy is... maybe. He's taken the red buff. So it's another split map. That's almost every game we've seen AG end up in a split map.
All but one, we've had a split map in these games.
Now, do we think Entropy's... we've got a stun lined up here for the Annie. It does blow it there, but I was thinking they maybe look for the earlier flash blow onto Mist in the mid lane there, but...
I think he's taken a bit of a beating from this Mundo. I did wonder about the cleavers early and that kind of thing. I have to imagine
he's got to sit behind his minions.
A little bit of poke, yeah. It's a bit of dodgeball going off in the top lane with saplings and cleavers, or briefcases in this case, going around all over the place. And you can't underestimate the Mundo E damage as well. The little minion in the car, he runs you over.
Absolutely. Now, AG, as I expected, are getting pushed in early. This is... Elias definitely suffers with the wave clear in the early game. In fact, they're all getting pushed in, to be honest. AG across
all
the
pushing
board.
Lanes, yeah. I mean, AG really leaning into the scaling. As I was mentioning before, I like the look from them, honestly. They've got agency, they've got scaling. This is exactly what I wanted to see, really, after game one. But they're just going to be careful. They've got to play the game slow, not overinvest into these early objectives.
Land onto Tenchi. Does get rooted. I think he's okay there.
Root, but the aftershock can just tanky stats generally from Poppy. Keep him safe.
Got pots ticking, so he's going to be okay. All quiet from both junglers for now.
Yeah, both these junglers. I'm surprised we're not seeing anything from Zinja, honestly. I guess Annie's just getting the push into the Aurelion Soul, and that's pretty scary to go into, but I would have thought we'd see something from him.
Entropy has made the final realization that he was correct, and his topside jungle is gone.
Yep. Scott already taken. So, just here for the chicken respawn.
Now we're playing with Starfire, that's correct. This is the slowest game that AG have had so far. This split.
No early deaths, but this is exactly what they're looking for. You know, they just want to be able to nullify the enemy jungler, go even in the 2v2s, even in just generally across the board. To be honest, they've got no winning matchups.
Aki's got a little bit of an XP lead at the moment.
Caught in the bot lane. Nico going really low. Boytang getting the DPS down. Tenchi has the flash. May need to use it here.
Oh, he's baiting for Nagard.
Oh, Nagard's coming in. Flash forward though from Vicar. Tenchi trying to flash into the bush, but first blood going
to the top lane. Entropy's running down Panky as well.
Panky going really low. Killing some Yugan and Fighter, but Vicar nowhere to go. Should be a kill for Nagard. 2 for 1 in favour of Coastline.
Where did that gold land? On the side of Coastline? Vicar got
the kill. Vicar got the kill for 1. Nagard got 1. And you're going to fight one, so they're getting a little bit ahead.
We've seen
one camp ahead as well, so...
We've seen where that can go, so that is definitely a good sign for Ascent.
Yeah, this Olaf has definitely looked scary in the past.
Barely even CS across the
honestly,
board. Anki
not too
losing
bad.
a little
Shame.
bit because of that death.
Yeah, didn't blow his flash though, so should be able to stay pretty safe. Has the teleport as well. Has the unsealed spellbook as well on Maokai, so really just looking for to get out
a
this
sign
lane.
of a better player. Like I'm too smooth brained to use unsealed spellbook.
Who knows how that summoner spell works? Honestly,
nobody knows.
Sometimes you get a swap. Boytang forced a flash by Tenchi, so great hex flash there from the Poppy.
It's Poppy support. I've seen it in action firsthand, and I've seen what a terror it can be.
They might be getting 3-man here though. Entropy looking for something. Entropy in position. Tenchi might be able to disengage though. Vicar and Entropy were going around, so looping around.
They've got to sniff this out.
No flash on the Aphelios.
Oh,
Could be in trouble. Vic with a hook.
Oh, it does block it though. We've got a TP coming in as well.
A lot of damage going down though. Nico goes down. Don't think they'll be able to trade anything back from this. And Pankyu using the teleport for nothing.
Fortunate. A little bit of a blind spot in the vision there in Tribush, and it means the jungler and support can sneak around.
Great leap around from Coastline. That should be first dragon going over to them as well.
God has responded. They're giving this first dragon, but they're going to sniff around topside.
Yeah, now, one thing I might want to see here is AG do a bit of a lane swap because Maokai can farm pretty safely.
Oh, we're making moves on the the Mundo top lane. He does have his passive.
Has the ult.
Doesn't have Ghost.
Has the ult, so we'll see if Negard can have damage, but I can't imagine anything's going for this. Mist not even moving right now, so...
The undertows are hitting.
I mean, I don't know, he's doing a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage, the ult does come out.
No, never mind, Olaf doesn't even have ult.
Oh, he's going where he pleases.
How does he hit that cleaver?
He
Insane.
Just goes where he pleases.
And here it is, so...
Tenchi has caught Sail out.
From Tenchi.
Forces the flash out of Sail.
That's what it's called, right? The ability?
Yeah. It's called Wallbang, yeah.
This is what I like to see, though. I wanted to see this swap into Herald, so...
And she's looking for the hex flash over the wall when this mid-wave crashes, by the looks of things.
Oh, yeah.
Sail has to sniff this out and not sit behind his tower.
Spot him out, so...
Hex flashes
be waiting
back
on that
out
one.
Of the pit.
No minds. Pretty good early game from AG so far, though. Haven't died in the 2v2 in mid so far. Pretty even trades across the board. Only 700 gold down, but, you know, scaling comps, to be expected you're going to lose some CS here and there. Actually, a CS lead in the bot lane for Nico. Great to see. Where's the gold?
Got another rotation. This is a really early rotation for the mid laners. Are both matching the mid lane. Hook lands out onto Tenchi. There goes the Moonlight Vigil. That's a lot of damage coming out from Nico, but it's just not quite enough.
Nico not quite able to trade back. Negard not quite close enough to run them down, so just a 1-for-0 for Coastline. That should be a Herald. Entropy pretty low, though, along with Vicar, so maybe they just can't do it quite yet.
Moving away from it, moving back towards the mid lane to catch this next wave. Maokai turned on to Ignite. That's what you want to see.
I noticed that as well. I don't know if he's going to be killing the Mundo, but you could definitely battle something like the Zinjao, especially in the health he's on. He might be face-checking into him.
Vicar is coming as well. I think Pankyu needs to get out of here.
Yeah, Pankyu's in trouble. I think they smelled him.
No flash. Oh.
The Vicar lands the Q.
Might be able to get out of this. Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't
Ugandan fighters here. He doesn't have flash. No ult.
Just dodge
Negard's here, though, to counter, and Tenchi is moving up.
That's a lot of damage.
Going to be a collapse.
Pops the Ragnarok.
There's the Ignite. Looks like you're going to fight. Might be going down. That's a kill over to Negard.
Tenchi flashing over the wall.
Flashing over the wall.
Wall bangs him.
Wall bangs him. Vicky goes down. Boytang might be in trouble as well.
It's an enormous...
Great pull back on the feathers.
Oh no, Pankyu. He takes him.
He gets the twisted advance cancel though. Nico taking a big tower shot, but Entropy going for it.
Goes in.
This could be a triple kill.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Oh, Negard manages to clean it up. It's not quite as clean as they would have liked, but I think that's a 4-for-3 in the favour of AG. So
absolutely, what an absolute banger of a fight up there. This is starting to chunk now. Chunk Sail to maybe 2/3 HP.
Negard showing what he can do in the Olaf pick once again in these early skirmishes. 3-0 now.
You have a pause.
There's a pause. So
this gives us time to take stock of what just happened. There was a lot of action just happened.
Absolutely.
Team are resolving some
huge
headset
skirmish
issues,
from the top side.
Got to be said, I have to point out, he might be 0-3, but Tenchi on the Poppy is definitely showing that he can be a terror.
He's making moves. This is exactly what I want from an engaged support. Just getting stuck in, cancelling Nautilus hooks, getting fights to happen. I think Boytang turned that fight in a huge way with the pullback. What is that ability called? I don't think about it. The Blade Caller.
Blade Caller.
Gets a triple root and a couple of 200 or 300 damage on 3 members.
Not only that as well, but
really
he's managing to enable his jungler. Enabled Negard to really pull ahead.
Yeah.
The 3-0 lead. That being said, Entropy 4-1.
Yeah, was it a triple kill there, or at least a double kill?
It was a double kill,
side?
Yeah. Managed to smite Tenchi as he tried to run away.
Yeah, even in gold with Negard. So both junglers getting all the gold really in both teams. Nobody else at a particular advantage, so it's going to be really on them to make moves.
Seems like the last game took a toll on both Mist and Sail, as they've both decided to have a nice, chill side lane experience. 0-0-0 for both of them.
They thought, you know what, let's just relax for a bit. Just happily CSing. I'd like to see this Annie getting more stuck in. Has the teleport available as there's Mist, but
I think it's interesting considering taking the electrocute and not taking the ignite, but I just don't think in this sort of setting you can go without teleport on your mid laner.
Yeah, you just need it. I think one thing that Coastline really have to be careful on is that, as we've said before, I really don't think they win the scaling. They don't win the scaling game. Annie hasn't been involved in any kills so far. 10 CS lead, sure, but she's, we're not in top lane here. This is League of Legends. We're in mid lane. These guys have to get stuck in, and with the amount of damages on this Xin Zhao, Gordrink already completed at 9 minutes. This Annie Xin Zhao could be such a strong duo, but they're just not utilising it, or haven't been able to so far. Only 9 minutes in, so plenty of time.
Plenty of game to be had.
Come 25 minutes, if the game stays similar, you've got to think AG is a favourite.
We got a mix up from the AD carries as well. So the Aphelios looking to probably build that Kraken Slayer first, but Xayah going for the Quick Blades first item.
Oh yeah, Quick Blades, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think, to be honest, Quick Blades early game. I don't think the Quick Blades rush is as good as people think it is.
Kraken.
Simply because Quick Blades is much more of a damage multiplier than it is an outright damage dealing item.
Similar to like IE and that kind of thing.
Exactly. Without the base stats, without the base crit chance and the AD, early Quick Blade's not quite as effective as it could be. That being said, it's a really tough call. I think the item itself, Quick Blades, is a very, very good item. But I think without the base stats around it to buff it, it makes you a little bit weaker than maybe a Kraken Slayer rush.
Sure.
So it's going to be interesting to see if they can leverage the early Quick Blades into a snowball for the bot side. Just waiting on teams at the moment resolving some audio issues. Yeah. See, we are a professional broadcast.
We are.
Did anyone watch the LCS?
You get pauses as well.
Yeah, this is every game in the LCS.
You can't play LEC without pauses.
Exactly.
It's week 1.
Week 1.
Speaking about itemization, really early heart steal, I should say, from the Mundo. So this guy is going to be stacking, especially into double melee topside, and the Poppy to boot. This guy could end up with a lot of health.
Just to answer chat, we have an audio issue. On the side of AG.
And Discord and others.
So they're just trying to resolve an audio issue. I think they've had this audio issue before, so they got it resolved last time. It should be okay. Nothing
should be solved.
Major. Like we said last
time.
How
do you feel about
back to TeamSpeak?
Go. Maybe that's what we need. Everyone call up on landlines. Can we get like a conference call?
Absolutely,
they never failed anyone,
Microsoft Teams, yeah. Or just pick up your phone,
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do we feel about this Mundo so far? Because he's been able to get into these skirmishes and he had a bit of lane dominance early. However, Mundo not very good generally into percent health damage, and I feel like Aurelion Sol does a lot of that.
Not only that, but you've now given this Olaf a very good reason to build Blade of the Ruined King.
This is true.
And I think that item on Olaf...
see that? You don't think
I
he'll
don't honestly
blown
think
up?
we will, but I think.
Okay.
But it's a very good reason.
Yeah. Might see
I'm
something like a Black Cleaver.
I'm expecting Rav Hydra into Jack Show, and then possibly Black Cleaver, maybe Sterax.
I think if we're talking 1v1, I can see the argument for Black Cleaver, but I think with Ravnus Hydra and Gore Drinker, or even Jack Show, I still think you win it as Olaf. So I just don't know if you need it. And running people around, like, but Bork obviously gives you a lot of speed, but talking pure damage, something like Black Cleaver or Sterex, something like that, might be better into the rest of the team. But we'll see. We might not even get to 3 items. Maybe some team will just absolutely blow the game open.
Obviously, Bork will give you the scaling damage with a Heartsteel builder. But I think you're right. I think Sterex is looking quite good for the Olaf here, given Coastline have a very bursty team. Zaya, very bursty champion. Even Xinjiao he sort of has that sort of initial burst with the, I want to say, what is it, 3 Talon Strike? No, that's...
Sorry, can we just get a look at chat, please?
They're talking about Haribo.
One little bit of banter in the chat. What's everyone else's favourite Haribo?
Best thing about Haribo is
that?
the Jelly Men.
The Jelly Men.
The Jelly Men.
We're talking Jelly Men here. What's your favourite Haribo, Joel? You a big connoisseur of the Haribo?
I'm a milk bottle kind of guy.
Really? You're a milk bottle kind of guy?
Yeah, well,
man, I did not expect that.
A skinny white boy. Of course I'm a milk bottle kind of guy.
I like the eggs. I'm an egg lover. Come on, you gotta love the eggs.
I think
tangy cherries, that's a good shout as well. Yeah, tangy cherries are a bit of a banger, aren't they? Oh man.
You know what? We're putting it up in.
Yeah, can we get a poll in?
What are the men called? Jelly men? What are they called?
Just call them jelly men. People know what you mean. Frogs.
Jelly men.
Frogs? Are they a thing? I can't remember frogs. Frogs and
yeah,
Haribo. Maybe
the
they're
little frogs.
Different... What are you talking about frogs? I'm gonna have to Google
They're
this.
frogs. Well, I'll
what
put
are frogs? Yeah, put a poll up.
Yeah, that's the Haribo.
Have you got listed all the fat Haribo?
They've got the white on the bottom.
God.
They're frogs. Did you not know that they were frogs?
I'm struggling to imagine what they look like. I can remember the lips. We forgot about the lips.
The lips.
Where are the lips at?
What? They're not in Haribo. What are you on about?
Sure, they are in Haribo.
Drunk.
What do you mean?
No packet of Haribo has lips in it.
No, like the red with the. Are they frogs?
Those are frogs.
What?
Yeah, and some of them are shoes.
Oh yeah, no. I remember the frogs. Now I look at them. Yeah. I thought there's like red lips with like white bottoms. No.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm. Was it a fever dream? I'm sure there's lips. The hearts. The hearts.
Yeah.
I've got the hearts. I'm thinking about hearts, not lips. Okay. No, it's all right. I figured it out. It's the hearts I'm thinking of, not the lips. They're red. You know, come on.
Nah, I'm not giving you that.
I'm trying my best. You got to put them in the poll, though. Come on, you got a full.
I didn't have enough lines.
Delusional. No, please.
Delusion. Yeah,
like this.
Chat's calling you out for your absolute delusion.
I'm deluded.
Don't listen to this guy. He'll tell you to play Garen, and he thinks lips are in Haribo.
You think lips are in Haribo? Come on.
Absolute.
I'm trying my best out here. Look, I know there's something missing from this list. It just wasn't lips.
This Garen enjoying lip thinking man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, if you turn the heart sideways, it's kind of like comic lips. You know, like kissy lips.
I'm not giving you that.
Well, it looks like what's the Pokemon that's like a fish? It's like a heart. It's like
disc.
It's like love disc. It looks like love disc. Maybe they're love discs.
He's trying so hard.
I'm trying so hard. I really am.
All right, I'll give you the love disc. Give it you for a love disc, but
I'll give it you for love disc. Man,
we got
a tie. It's a three-way tie.
Three-way tie.
Jellymen, frogs, and eggs. You didn't even vote, did you?
I can't vote on my own poll.
Of course you can. It's not some political election.
This is a democracy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like voting you in, is it? What, you some kind of milk bottle in real life?
What, the president, like, Donald Trump can't vote for himself to be president.
But it's not a presidential election, it's a vote on who's your favourite Haribo, you clown.
Yeah, it's democratic, though.
Yes, we'll get you voting.
And I'm the president. Okay. Going a little bit off the rails there.
You're a gooseberry fool, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah.
It's language.
I know, such language. I'm sorry. I hope my mum's not watching.
Oh,
we're back.
We're back.
Unpause.
That was frightening because I just clicked on the screen right as the.
Oh my god, we were running out of Haribo topics.
Yeah. Okay, we're back in.
Oh man.
We're thinking. Right, we're on the game. We got a Herald take by the looks of things.
It's a 2v2. Tenchi engaging straight into
Vicker.
Vicker. Secret squish, but the hook back. I don't think they want this fight. Entropy 4-1. Oh, Necard might be going down as well.
The heart still
frozen.
Yep, give it a second.
And we're back, and there we go. Negard going down, a shutdown over to the Mundo, who looks like he got a couple Heartsteel stacks as well, and the Herald going over to Coastline. AG making it look so good for so long, and then just at the Herald fight, not quite.
See, if Olaf had Blade of the Ruin King,
I think he could be in trouble here again. No flash on the Maokai.
No ult either.
Entropy going in. He's going down. Another kill over to Entropy. 6-1 now on the Xin Zhao.
Almost sidesteps the Wind Becomes Lightning. So
man, Wind Becomes Lightning. You got to say it whenever possible. Wind Becomes Lightning.
Lightning.
Man. Plate's going down on
see,
the top side as well.
This is another time that they've opted for this early swap of mid laners.
Absolutely. This is a full tier 1, by the way, going down in favour of Coastline with the Herald going down. Negard maybe looking to fight though. He's taking a lot of damage though. Maybe he's got the heal, and he does. Tension Negard with the 2v2.
They are
excellent
absolutely
takedown.
Throwing the gauntlet down and saying, "No, we're going to fight you.
The Olaf.
You are not getting this tower for free."
Nico caught in the mid lane though. Vicar engaging. Great flash from
Beautiful
Nico. Misses the Moonlight Vigil, but Mist is probably here for the cleanup.
Like Vicar's going to pay
Secret
for it though.
squish. Missed.
Oh, he
just doesn't quite have the range. Vicar with the hook. Looks like he's going to live with the help of the blast plant, but Tenchi's not going to be able to loop round. So there you go.
Oh,
flash blown on Nico though, so that could be an end for the Annie and Xin Zhao. Oh man, what a game so far. It started real slow, but already at 17 kills. Very explosive in these last few minutes. Frankie maybe looking to get some plates back, but Coastline looking like they're going to get the second dragon of the game, uncontested.
Gonna go down, but AG showing a lot of life.
I like it. Showing play, but also showing a lot of restraint, and I like that a lot.
Thank you.
You might be in a bit of trouble, but you're going to fight. Shouldn't have the damage you're killing. Vicar hooking onto Mist. Mist getting collapsed actually by 3 members. Panky often forced to use the ult, but in the bot lane, Entropy gets the Winds Become Lightning, but can't follow up on it.
Mist is out. Panky is
You're
still
gonna
running,
fight
but
it. Still chase down Panky.
Sale's going to catch him.
Sale collapsing too. No stun though on the Annie.
Tenchi's there to zone off.
Tenchi's here.
If you want to go this deep.
That's the aftershock, so once again should be fine.
Ooh. Briefcase goes
Mist being forced off this tower. Oh, caught by Entropy. Wind Comes Lightning. Doesn't quite have the damage.
Almost Gore Drinkers in from a distance.
Mid lane we've got White Gun happening on some towers for another plate. Tenchi channeling the ult. Just letting that go back onto a short cooldown. No problem
Not many people, see a lot of people not know that poppy ult.
Yeah, man, I didn't realise that it was so short though. I mean, it dropped it by like 80%, 90%.
Oh, it does have a level advantage. Tenchi's coming in.
Fine.
Forces him back off the red buff. Like anything
should be
of this.
Here.
Entropy just
looks like Negard is going to go the Jack show over the other thing, but Tenchi caught.
Hook onto Tenchi.
No flash on the
deleted.
Oh no! Flash is on the poppy,
and
but
there's the short.
Whoa, the Tibbers, where did he go?
The short ult cooldown, paying off for Tenchi there.
Cooldown, absolutely. You kind of fight no fear though, just beating down his tier 2. Looks like he's going to be a tier 2 tower going down before plates even drop.
No, it's the Mundo nightmare.
The Mundo, how do you stop? Negard's here though to clean up.
Have Ghost. Negard can answer with his own Ghost.
Get some Heartsteel prop should.
Oh, the Undertow goes slightly wide.
Down,
I think he's
just
out.
So fast. The Ghost and the ult.
Holding onto that
just
Ghost.
Runs away. Mundo truly does go where he pleases.
I'm surprised Negard held onto his Ghost for that. I feel like if he answered with his own Ghost, they could have taken him
Possibly. There. I don't know. Mundo's so tanky though with his ult, and he's going real fast with the Ghost anyway. You got to remember, once your Olaf ult drops, that's it. And you got to keep hitting people. So we shall see. Skirmish though, maybe Tenchi face checking. Gonna be
okay. And he's moving up towards the mid lane. No objectives
AG
on the map at the moment.
No objectives. AG's still slightly falling behind. Another 1,000 gold loss, so 2.8k gold down, but still holding out. Not nearly as disastrous as previous games. Aurelion Soul, Maokai. Aphelios just getting the
guard's
time
done this before. He's overextended
scale.
the counter jungler, and he's been punished for it before. So
Yeah,
it's good to see that he's executing a little restraint.
Panky giving some more Heartsteel procs over to the Mundo.
130 bonus health on that Mundo currently. A little bit scary. Panky has a cull.
Already doing 315 damage. Panky does have a cull. It's very interesting, but maybe he's just thinking.
He's also got a CS advantage. Quite nice.
He does. I'm surprised by that.
As does Nico, who actually has a 30 CS advantage almost.
Flash onto Nico though. Nico no flash. Boytang doesn't quite get the root though. Tenchi coming in very clutch. Huge Moonlight Vigil.
Nico there.
Nico goes down to the feathers though. It's just a trade for 1-for-1. Can Entry get anything back? No. So just a 1-for-1. Panky going really low on the top side though. You're getting fighter, just getting the better of these 1v1. Looks like he's going to get the kill. Misses the cleaver though.
Sidestep the cleaver. Can he sidestep the next one?
Get out of the W. Doesn't
Not
quite get it. Cleaver takes him down. Man, this Mundo is actually just being a bit of a menace inside lane. Also 2,000 gold lead.
Also, still 0-0-0 on both mid laners, but Mist
Mist
might be looking to change that.
Entropy's here.
Flash out of Sail.
Huge ult. Entropy flashing forward. Mist, you gotta imagine, going down here, just trying to damage check, but doesn't have it. And that's the 2v2 we've been talking about, trying to set up.
Tower's gonna fall. Couldn't have said anything, I cast a curse.
There it is. Dragon spawn in 30 seconds. You imagine this Mundo wants to probably transition to this bot side now there's no tier 2. But we'll see, maybe he just wants to keep pressure. Herald's coming up. He could just solo it out, honestly. Might be looking to do that, just reset instead. Objective bounty's coming online for AG as well.
We have a donation.
Yeah?
We have a $5 donation from Milton from Bergman's Fisk.
Holy moly.
He says,
Milton.
You guys have to stream our games. We did stream your last series, and your Jarvan was an absolute menace.
Milton. Was Milton Bergman's Fisk or was he Valhalla? He was the original one, wasn't he?
Bergman's Fisk, yeah.
Yeah, he's Bergman's Fisk in game 1. Man, you
were
MVP
of the series.
The MVP of the series. What a guy.
Yep, and the MVP of the stream currently with the $5 donation. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it.
Well played, sir. Truly well played.
Oh, kiss boys. Love you guys, casters. Thank you so much.
Cobain. Thank you, dude. That means a lot.
That does actually mean a lot. We're very new to this, so we're learning the ropes. We really appreciate the support. It's really nice of you guys.
Absolutely. Third dragon going to be started up here by Coastline.
Absolutely.
Don't know if AG going to be able to make them into this. Tenchi has the ult if they want to blow him away, but just going to be uncontested, it looks like. Resetting, but should be fine.
Sitting and watching. But they are just going to give this up, which does put Coastline onto Soul Point.
Might be able to trade for a tier 1 for bounties, but never mind. They're just going to let the wave crash.
Panky's here, and he's got the ult. He does pop it. It is sidestepped.
Off of it though. Sidestepping Maokai ult. Not the easiest thing, but when he goes that direction, maybe more so.
And she channeling Hex Flash there. They are sat on a ward, which I don't think they know about.
We're going to have to see AG start making some moves in this game. As much as they were sitting back and scaling up now, it is going to be Soul Point. It's going to be Soul, sorry, in 5 minutes.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, 4,000 gold down now. 18 minutes. Which, if they can get through this next dragon, they might be alright. But this dragon's going to be very telling. If Coastline can get this next Drake, it's going to be very difficult for AG to get back into this game.
Coastline are really trying to get this mid tower down, but Nico is really managing to maintain the CS lead. Blast these waves as it gets through.
AG could really do with this tier 1 going down as well. Create a lot more movement, freedom of movement, and easy to push the vision line up as well. Stay looking to defend this tower.
He walked over a Maokai sapling that was dry buff.
It's got to be said, Coastline doing a great job of defending these bounties. This bounty's been up for 2-3 minutes now, and not a single one's dropped, so well played to them.
They're really starting to come into form. The last couple of series, we've seen them start to find their footing quite a lot.
Just a stat check. Mist now currently on 158 stacks, so is closing in. I think he needs about.
The chance Ugandan fighter could be caught here, but he might just do the Mundo thing and run away.
I think he's just giving the execute over to Mist for now. He does go where he pleases, but Mist does have the percent damage. Nico's here as well, so that's a lot of damage going to be able to come through. Meanwhile, there's a dive on the top side.
Comes down.
Sail just gets murdered by an Olaf. Meanwhile, Ugandan fighter is just runs away. The Mundo, he has so much health.
Yeah, as you were saying, they are trading this though, because they might lose the tier 2. The Herald goes down in the mid lane.
Yeah, Uganda Fighter just absorbing so much pressure, and Coastline finally get the tier 1. Looking for the tier 2, especially with the Herald, should be an easy pickup. Can they look for more? Nico gets altered, has the flash. Should be hard to kill. Tenchi takes the hook, goes down. Trading a lot for this top tier 1 and a kill. Might even get a second crash on the Herald, so can they quite get the eye? They do just in time, so saves the inhibitor turret. That's still a 4,000 gold lead for Coastline. There's a couple of kills going over.
Starting to come a little bit scary. Mist still not on his second item, but I assume that's what he's going back for now. Yep, okay, he's got the Leandra. I was going to say he's about due. Gale Force coming in for Nico. Nico quite well farmed, to be honest. He's second most farm in the game.
He's doing well this game, honestly. You know, 172 CS, 20 minutes, very respectable. Negard now on 2 items, as is Mist, so AG might be looking to fight soon. They have the item advantage in mid. Sale does have a stopwatch, but...
got double Jack Show on the side of AG as well, which is very rewarding in this extended team fight.
In the bot side, but Urban Fight doesn't have a passive, so... The trouble with this side lane for AG is that Maokai cannot match this Mundo. If Mundo is left alone like this, there's a very good chance he can just run Pankyu down with between the Cleavers and the Sunfire and the Heartsteel, so I have to watch that a little bit closely. But it looks like it's going to be a big skirmish in the top side. Sale maybe caught out once again, has the stopwatch, but
oh, really nice.
Going to be an easy pickup for Mist. Execute there. Meanwhile, Pankyu's getting the snot beaten out of him, honestly.
Oh,
Entropy engaging onto Nico. Could be caught out. No flash from the Aphelios, but this Zinjar is so fed.
Pankyu being ran down once again by
He's been run down.
Oh, it's not looking good.
There's just no escaping, is there? Mundo goes where he pleases and stops you going where you want.
Oh, he does sidestep
another cleaver. Maybe he can get out of this, but if he hits this next cleaver, that should be all she wrote for that one. And there it is.
Ring, ring.
Looking for a Baron start on Coastline. Ring, ring. Tenchi might be able to ult, just cancel it. There goes the AD carry. Engage though, it's just a 2v2. They should be able to fight this.
Nagard needs to commit to this.
So much damage though from Entropy. Entropy has so much damage with the 2 items.
Nagard waited a little bit too long to commit there, but Mist is coming in.
I don't know if they can stop them getting this. Niko's going to have to run real fast to stop this Baron if they want it, but...
Honestly, a little bit of hesitation, I think, there. I think with a commitment they might be able to do something. They knew Mist was coming. Someone's got to stop this Mundo.
This Mondo's just running rampant. That's the second tier 2 he's taken down solo. They're looking to stop this Baron, though, or at least pick up some kills on the back end. It's going to go down.
Ult from
See if they can
Pankyu
do anything.
Entropy does have
so
flash.
Should be okay, but gets rooted. Can they lock him up for long enough? Looks like yes.
Down.
Big shutdown onto Nico.
Big shutdown for the Aphelios. That is a nice chunk of change.
Now with the jungler dead, they might be able to move over to this dragon. This would be a huge denial for AG if they can get it. See if they can secure this dragon.
Currently. They're starting it up.
Started up by Coastline.
The guard's on his way.
Bounty and Soul on the line, so
Pankyu's going to find them, force them off, but if they're not careful, they're going to get a wrap around here. Sale's going to come back. I think they might just give this.
I think they're going to have to. This is a huge pickup from AG. Puts them straight back into the game. 7,500 gold down on a Baron, but...
TP behind. Ugandan Fighter's coming in, but he might just be caught out.
Ugandan Fighter's looking for it. I don't know if they have the damage to burst him, but he might just be playing a runaround while the rest collapse. Look at Sale, he's coming.
In the pit here.
Tenchi caught out. I don't think AG won this fight. I think they need to get out. They got just... Nico going to go down as well. It's an absolute disaster for AG. What are they doing?
Mister's running.
Negard, no respect for his own life. Looks like Mist going to get caught out as well if Vicar has anything to say about it.
He's out of there.
Oh, he's out of there, but thank you, maybe getting stuck in as well. Ugandan Fighter just getting that Heartsteel stack. 459 now on that item.
Oh,
could be in trouble, actually.
Big heal on the Jack Show.
The tower goes down. Thank you. Secret Squish takes down the Nautilus, but another kill over to this Mundo. 5 and 2 now. It's going to be an inhibitor by the looks of things in the mid lane crashing as well. They might be able to rotate to that with Entropy.
They did get the dragon, but it has cost them quite a lot.
It was a necessary thing. I think they could have got out with a little bit less sacrifice. Looks like Tenchi's going to die again. Not able to stop this push in the mid. It's another inhibitor tower going down.
Got maybe a third of the Baron left, so still got options to make moves. I think they're just going to leave it at that.
No overstay here from Coastline. Nice, clean play. Honestly, you can't knock it. the catch on entropy was huge for AG, but they went about 1,000 or 2,000 more gold down, 2 inhibitor turrets, and inhibitor itself. So trading a lot, but honestly might be worth it. Buys them an extra 5 minutes. Maybe that's worth the gold. Maybe try and even out this game a little bit more. We'll see.
To be said as well, I don't think we're going to have the ending of Game 2 happen in this game. That was...
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Like, we've said this every time this guy's played Aurelion Sol, and like both games have been huge bangers. They've gone behind and then eventually pulled it back in the late game. But
Mist sat at 100% win rate on Aurelion Sol.
Yep. 270 stacks now, by the way. That is he is executing at 12% max health. So
that is not to be sniffed at. That is a lot of Mundo's HP.
Yeah. Speaking of HP, is Q also doing 8.4% max health magic damage on top of the ordinary damage it does, so...
Of course, the Mundo passive doesn't stop slows, so the Rylai's actual good value there into the Mundo.
For sure. Entropy having a bit of an engage on Panky. Maybe caught out here. That's the ult,
though.
I
Down.
don't know if AG wants his team fight. I would be disengaging if I would see them, but Mist going low in the backline somehow. Panky taking a lot of damage. Fight is completely split for AG. Not the fight they want, and it looks like it might be an ace for Coastline, and that might be it. Huge fight for Coastline. AG getting so split up, and
7-2 on the Mundo.
Entropy just tanking the tower until the wave gets here.
I think the Mundo might want
like he goes down. Mundo and Tibbers probably does a better job than Entropy there, but maybe just showboating a little bit. We'll see. Maybe he's a hilly player, just running it down. There we go.
Okay,
good. Great to see a
little
bit of Bomber from the team. That's going to be it. A little stopwatch is Mundo.
There we go, and that's the series.
And there it is. 2-1 over to Coastline. Honestly, just a slow bleed out in this game 3. AG tried their best, but there was nothing really they could do to stop the snowballing the objectives from Coastline. This Mundo was a huge menace, which was surprising to me in the side lane, honestly.
Like I said in the draft, I have nightmares about Mundo. He counters every single champion that I have in the top lane. So he's just a complete curse to me.
You play Mordekaiser, you kind of beats up.
No. No. No.
Surely a little bit.
No.
Anyway. Good games anyway.
Good games from both sides.
It was a good effort. What a series. Game 1 a bit of a stomp from Coastline, really showing the moves out. Game 1.
It has to be said, if anybody here didn't see the end of Game 2, go back in the VOD and watch the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes of Game 2.
I just watched the whole VOD, but particularly that. Absolutely huge game in that Game 2. I don't want to spoil it now you've said that, but honestly couldn't believe my eyes. It was just unreal. And this Game 3, good moves from both teams. AG just trying to slow the game down where possible, maybe taking a couple fights they shouldn't have, but I think it was Coastline using this strong mid-game comp to get advantages where needed.
Ascent was showing a little bit of a different side of them in Game 3, a lot more restraint than they usually display. And I think it's quite a good look for them. They're showing that they have the semblance to know when to not go in.
Definitely. I
think it's showing good things for them.
Better drafting as well, in my opinion. Still not super sold on this Olaf, but Negard has looked good in team fights when it's hard to do stuff on these champions when your solo lanes are kind of getting beaten up on. But either way, draft shaping up a lot better in Game 2 and 3. I like the agency coming through from them. I do still like the Aurelion Sol as much as they didn't get them much done this game. It's a good fallback. But Coastline just coming out winners.
Mist the Titan has finally been taken down on
finally
his unbeaten Aurelion Sol.
Only a 66% win rate.
He is mortal. He can bleed.
There it is.
A good showing from both sides. I don't know if we'll be around Sunday for the cast. Try to be.
We'll have to see. We'll keep you updated anyway on the Discord.
Be next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Yeah, good time. Thank you so much to everyone who showed up.
Absolutely. Thank you for the donation as well, Milton. That's really appreciated. It's nice to know that what we're doing is actually being enjoyed, because it's hard to tell a lot of the time. We feel like idiots 99% of the time, so when somebody actually enjoys something to do, it's like...
Oh my god, yeah. We're really grateful for the chatters. Like, means a lot to us. Just really to have people sit and chill with us, enjoy some fun games.
and it's so much fun. Milton donated, I know,
Yeah.
$5. Can you believe it?
Yeah, we're super thankful for everybody. Appreciate all of you.
Sure.
Love you all to bits.
And remember to follow as well, so you get the notification when we go live.
Hits with a follow.
Occasionally do stream stuff outside of this, but I think going forward this is going to be a pretty consistent thing. At least on Thursdays, we'll see about Sundays, but we'll see.
Yep.
And if anyone else watching wants games casting that aren't on Thursdays, we could give it a go. We'll see if we can fit it into schedules.
Be good. Should be a good time. Right. We'll call it there. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy. Go win some solo queue. Or
GG's.
Sit and have a beer.
Yeah, if you like beer, or fucking have a bath. Dropped it by mistake.
Can you cast my Silver 1 games? Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah,
hey, if anyone's actually interested in that, we could do that. We could do some scrub casts.
What we were looking for, we were looking for replays of like fun silver to gold games.
For sure.
Boy says already too drunk. Excellent.
Ooh, Thursday night even. Right, Thursday night. Nice.
Thursday night,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
love it.
See you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
GG. Well played, everyone.
Have a good evening.
Bye.